So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Genshin Impact. We're going to be continuing Traveler's Tales, the Gilded chapter, and we're going to see if we can seek out some more anecdotes and get this particular quest done and out of the way. So I already see Sayu hanging out at the academia. I'm trying to figure out the best way to potentially... Oh, he's right next to it. I can't see it behind him. Like, I could have sworn there was one up here. I could. Oh, here you are.
I'm serious. You should let me come with you. Or, if not me, then at least find some mercenaries to join you.
A large group moves too slowly. Speed is what we need to catch a fugitive like him.
But...
That's enough. Proceed as planned. We have to get him on the first try.
Yes, General Mahamatra.
How was your mushroom soup? Naya makes a quick exit. Trouble brewing?
Nothing major. A scholar made a prohibited device and fled the academia with it. We're already in pursuit. We've decided to act discreetly to avoid alarming the general public.
Sounds like you're going alone then?
Affirmative. The plan is all set. Other Matra will prepare the trap, and I will go alone and drive him into it. He's cunning. He's already outwitted multiple Matra tracking him, and some sustain significant injuries. But he won't escape this time.
I know you won't fail, Sino. You've got this.
Don't worry. I'm just scaring a cowardly little jackal. It'll jump into the trap on its own. If it resists, then the sands will claim it. It's fine. I handle cases like this all the time. There won't be any surprises.
Not even a single joke. Can't say I'm used to this side of you yet. I mean, it's the side we first met.
Inspiration eludes me for now. I'll be sure to tell you a good one once I get back.
I mean, this is the version of Sino that we initially met, so... let's see. Sino on the job is different than casual Sayu at home. I can relate. Okay, Nouvelette is still standing out in the rain. Or not. He's standing out, just not in the rain. Which means maybe he's in a better mood. As I scare off the birds he was watching. Doing your water tasting thing.
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Did you just drop that?
It's been so long. I'm really sorry. Are we late?
No, I was just early. You were right on time.
We're here to pick you up. The other Melusines are back in the village making you dinner. Thanks for making the journey. Today, I'll be interviewing you on behalf of Mercy Village. Monsieur Neuvillette, please, take this flower. I just picked it for you. Monsieur Neuvillette! Monsieur Neuvillette! Monsieur Neuvillette!
And that one's just pure fangirl.
Hey! Relax. He's not hard of hearing, you know. Be polite.
It's all right. Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to see all of you as well. Did you all receive the gifts I had sent over earlier?
We did! Everyone loves them.
Zana really liked the components you gave her, and she got you a thank you gift. Ferida liked them a lot too. She used them to make a pistol.
She used to make a gun.
I'll definitely join the Marechaussee Phantom soon. Please believe in me.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself. The process itself is already extraordinarily meaningful. I believe you will learn and gain much.
As for me, I've already hung up the skirt you got me. One day, when I'm a real journalist, I'll wear it when I give you an official interview.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Lome. Monsieur Neuvillette is usually really busy. If you want to interview him, you'll have to apply first, then follow the proper procedures to make an appointment.
What are procedures?
Do you mean those super amazing people at horticultural fairs who can grow anything? I've seen them! No, procedures. And they're... well, I don't know either. But that's what Sadine wrote in her letter. Anyway, she also mentioned that there was one day when Monsieur Neuvillette was so busy, he didn't even have time to drink water.
But you're the Hydro Dragon!
How could the Palais Mermonia be so cruel?
I guess these ones, despite the fact I don't think they age and I don't know if they ever create new Melusines. I think we have all the Melusines we're ever going to have. I guess these ones never really got out of the pond.
Regarding that particular problem, well, I shall be more careful in the future.
We're all really concerned about your health. It'd be nice if you spent less time working and gave yourself more time to rest instead.
Oh no, we got sidetracked, didn't we? How far into the interview did we get?
You haven't even started, Lomé. You're still in the reporting stage.
Right. No, wait, that's not right. I still have a ton of questions. We'll need to find a place to sit down for a nice long talk. And don't you worry. Seren told me how tall you are and how you bumped your head the last time you squeezed into one of our homes. So I've already gone and moved all the tables and stools outside.
Thank you for being so considerate. I feel much better now.
I still prefer being in Mercy Village. We might bump our heads, but it's wonderful.
Fontaine, too, has a number of superb places. Today I brought some water sent from Snezhnaya. Unfortunately, the long delivery time has warmed it to room temperature, and I cannot say if the taste will be affected.
Then let's hurry up and drink it. It'll be super refreshing with some fresh poisson champagne.
I ordered some ice, but it melted along the delivery. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, come on everyone. Let's bring Monsieur Neuvillette back home pronto.
Come on, let's go, Monsieur Neuvillette.
I wonder if I'll actually get to encounter him in Mercy Village. Let's see. Like I said, they're all random, so whoever I find is kind of left to fate here. Okay, don't see anyone here. Sana went into the desert, but some of these, you meet them like after they come back on these missions. Like apparently he and Tainari had dinner, but I didn't get to go. Okay, anything? Anybody? Anybody at all? Don't see Telma anywhere. There's Hazo. Well, what do you know? Help can come from unexpected corners. Still, at least the case is closed. Now as for Mado Kujasara, how should I go over this in the debriefing? Cracked it already? Nothing less than expected from you, Hazo. Ah, you flatter me. If it weren't for Miss Dory's assistance, it would have been a real headache. What'd she do to help? A potion from Miss Dory. Well, I guess I did technically say I got a potion from her. Oh, that would be the ultra-amazing miracle tonic guaranteed to make you taller with zero effort, right? I've heard of it. Her name's been on the Tenryou Commission watch list for ages, and we've already tested the potion. It's a harmless herbal mix, and the herbs themselves are healthy, so it technically does boost growth. Wait, you mean she wasn't lying? You should take a look at her tagline. It's an ultra-amazing miracle tonic guaranteed to make you taller with zero effort. Did she mention anywhere how long it would take to grow taller? It really doesn't, but what if you're already an adult? Bingo, drinking it might promote growth over time, but for how long you'd have to drink it before you saw results, who can say? In other words, it's just a vitamin drink. If you ask me, chugging milk would be way more effective than drinking that. Actually, again, I see so much like anime and stuff use this tagline. It's not true, especially if you are someone who is at least slightly lactose intolerant. It actually causes you to lose nutrients, and as a result, you wind up shorter. So that's why she had a massive banner and even hired Sayu and a magician. Exactly. From what I can tell, Miss Dory herself knows that the so-called miracle tonic is little more than a placebo. Which is why she put much energy into hyping it up with marketing, redirecting everyone's attention right where she wanted it. Now that I think about it, that's probably why she was so cooperative. Didn't even want to talk about the compensation. When you mean help, are you talking about illicit potions case? That's the one. It was thanks to her that I finally cracked the case wide open. Back when I first asked her to help, I thought a merchant of her repute would help drive a hard bargain, but she didn't ask for anything. But now, I can only guess she'd already scooped up all the syndicate's remaining legitimate channels and partners. No wonder she was so confident. No wonder she suddenly got into the potion business. Oh well, forget it. I didn't even want to try untangling the minds of merchants. But with a well-connected informant like Miss Dory around, future cases should be much more easier to solve. Madame Kuja isn't listening, is she? Good thing she left. Still, look at the time. Need to get back to the station soon, or she's going to give me an earful. Take care. I guess we officially cracked that case, so this one might be done. But remember, no crimes, okay? Sorry, Azo, no promises. That's literally how I saved you guys the first go-around. Oh shoot. This isn't the last one, is it? Uh-oh. Was this well and truly all of them? I was only 2 or 3 away since the beginning? Okay, we're gonna go slow. We're gonna take a clean sweep across the whole canvas. If I'd known there was only 10 more minutes, but that's the thing. I don't know how long these ones are. I suppose if something else pops up during it, I can try to find it, but dang it. I hate it when that happens. Yeah, I don't see anything over here. Over here. There's a new event going on here. Dang, okay. Doggone it. So Journey's End may be done. Stygian Onslaught is a new battle thing. I'm afraid to do this one because it's online. I do believe it's a battle thing, but since it's online and there's been issues with like hackers and stuff, I'm a little worried about that. This might be something else too. I don't feel like editing the whole thing either. Okay. We could do some side stuff. You know, I said I was always gonna get to some of this and then I never did. So, looks like we're finally getting to a little bit. Which one do I want to do? Which one would people like me to do? Because I know some of these are long, so they might take multiple sessions. This is why I usually like to try and do them like all in one go, but I know that's not actually super great for me either. Narcissan Cruise. Let's do Chenyu Vale. I keep saying I'm gonna get to Chenyu Vale and then I never do. Qiaoying of the Sacred Mountain. On first arriving at Chenyu Vale, you're asked by the Adeptus Fujin to help investigate the imbalances in the local water and soil. Okay, so these should already be done? Or voiced? I should already be done. I'm such a dum-dum. Should I change my party comp? I don't really need one for Natland, so to speak. Since the party comp I was using to level up my characters is a little off. Since I couldn't farm materials, that was a big part of the reason of wanting to do more of these areas. Where am I going? This way. Or it may not be voiced at all, because it never was. The important stuff, if there's cutscenes, might be, but otherwise, since it's a side mission, maybe nothing is. Uncle Law, this batch still isn't any good. They're not fragrant enough when you dry them. And they get so dry and brittle that you can't even put them in the roller. Even the ones that survive the secondary process come out the other end a complete disaster. Tea leaves not going to plan. Are you sure it isn't a problem with the machine? Are you sure you haven't forgotten how to operate it? What a thing to say. How can we dare be so careless when you're looking over our shoulders? How could you indeed? Grandpa Lou, Jin, get back to work. And this respectable-looking young person is? I am the person of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. I am but the one who comes to the aid of the oppressed in their moment of need. Disciple of the Gua. No. I'll just say Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Hey, who the heck calls themselves young lady?
This is my servant. It will suffice to call her Mini Pie.
Yeah, that's it. Call me Mini Pie.
Okay. Wait, new animal in the background. Oh, in that case, welcome. A guest like you is a rare treat indeed. We've been quite reliant on the assistance of the Commerce Guild for many a year, but for what has happened this year, I suspect you have already heard about it. What's wrong? You're looking pretty miserable. Did Jin mess up at work again? You old. Mocking me again. My apologies, dear guests. Normally I would invite guests from afar to sample our new teas, but this year's batch, well, you know. No tea? Are you seriously going to let me? No need to stare on ceremony, Chief Lo. We're happy to help.
Yeah. The young lady is very concerned about the tea leaves, so there's no need to be so tied up with formalities, Chief Lo.
Very well. Tell the truth, this batch of tea leaves is no good either. They can't be dried, and I can't tell if they were bad when they were picked. Or if it's a problem with the machine in our workshop. I mean, you can usually tell if they are still good around when they're picked. Just taste one. Brew it as is before you turn it into a powder. How is that difficult? Why not just use some of the older leaves you have in stock and see if the product you get from drying them is any different? If the product is normal, then you'll know it's a problem with the machine. Seriously, I've told you before. Forget it. We have important guests present, and we'll give your method a try. Jin, do we have any fresh tea leaves remaining from the older batches? There's some in the warehouses. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, good one. We've been talking here for a good long while now, and you weren't listening to a single word, were you? Go fetch some of the older batches and process it along with some of the newer stuff that Grandpa Lou brought using the machine. Don't you dare skip a single step. I'll be watching you. After a bit, Jin brings back 2 batches of fresh dried tea leaves. How about this? I see our guests are quite young. They might prefer snacks to tea tasting. Why not turn these 2 batches into tea cakes? The quality of each will be evident with a single taste. What do you think, old Loa? Agreed, we'll do just that. Listen up, take these 2 batches of tea leaves and make them into 2 different tea cakes. 1 cake from each batch. Don't you dare get even a single leaf mixed up. Yes, Uncle Loa. You want me to mix them all into 1 cake? Oh, I can't even. No, 2 different cakes. Sir. Yeah. Sorry for the long wait. We've both got tea cakes here. Let's try them one at a time, shall we? Well, how's the taste?
The first one tasted a bit strange, but the second one was delicious.
You're seriously going to let me eat? I agree. Why am I so weird about the formalities in this quest? I don't remember the first part of it. I uploaded it up somewhere, but I don't remember too much about it. The tea cakes made from the tea we had in stock taste fine. Alright, you win. So according to you, the tea processing machinery is fine. In other words, the problem was with the tea itself. The new batch of tea is just not as good as before. So, the water and soil. Perhaps it's the cauldron that's the problem. It's old and in disrepair. We must have offended the Adeptus, causing the tea to deteriorate. No, it's not the soil and water. It's the elements that nourish the soil. Enough. Let's get that technician in charge of the tea cauldron in here first. It's that Fontanian, the one from the Fontaine Research Institute. Hot, what was it again? The name's too pain to pronounce. Jin, go get her, Wood. Jin? Me and all of Fontaine. Where did that lazy loafer abscond to this time? That brainless nitwit. I was going to give him have him go to Yilong Wharf and search for our technician. Would you specify? Oh, sorry. Would you specifically need someone from Fontaine to fix it? About Yilong Wharf. The port to the west. It's much smaller than Leeway Harbor. The specialties we export to Fontaine and Sumeru, along with the oddities we import from them, go through it. A whole lot of our tea is transported through there. That this batch of tea leaves isn't any good until we figure out and solve the problem. We won't sell anything to outsiders. The last thing we want to do is run to Xiang Village. Xiang's village is good name. Xiaoying, excuse me. So you see, honored guests, I really am sorry, but I need to trouble you to go to Yilong Wharf and find our technician, Miss Oatmoon Tanyi. It's more likely than she's not found herself a show there that she can't tear her eyes off of. How could you possibly dare ask our guest to do such a thing? Oh, you misunderstand me. Our honored guest already had business to attend at the Yilong Wharf, and I would just be passing along a message on their way. It's nothing, really. Is that so? Is that so? It would seem to be. I'm just here for the crystals, man. I'm truly sorry. Then if you would, honored guests, old Lou, I'll leave you to accompany them. Ah, thanks for your hard work. You scared old Lao so much he was jumping at his own shadow. You mentioned earlier that you're here to investigate the water and soil, correct? Best you head over to Yilong Wharf, then. It isn't far from the headwaters, and there's ruins left by the Adepti along the way, so if you're looking for clues, there's your best bet. As for passing a message to Oatmoon Tanyi, well, please lend a hand, would you? Give old Luo some peace of mind so he doesn't worry himself to death. 'Tis but a trifling matter. Why are you still acting? The show is over! And Paimon just realized, what's with the mini pie anyway? 'Cause emergency food. Anyway, just leave it to us. You can rest easy, Grandpa Lou. Such great kids you are, really great kids. Oh right, I noticed that you two really enjoyed the tea cake. Why don't I teach you the recipe? Next time you come by for some quality tea leaves, you'll be able to make some for yourselves. In any case, safe travels. Be careful on the mountain paths, and mind you don't slip. Okay, we get the Fine Tea Full Moon. Oh, hang on. I might be goat stealing. Where's my net? I don't recall if I have these or not. Yeah! Obtain goat! We can get Adepti here. Let me put my lunchbox back on. Did I? Oh! I grabbed tea. I thought I grabbed a sweet flower, so I was kind of confused there for a second when the menu didn't pop. But yeah, this area is still largely unexplored, so be nice to grab a few things along the way.
Who put all these things here?
Huh? A golden carp. It seems similar to the adeptal energy that the Adeptus granted us, that I no longer remember how to use. Where are we going? Where are you swimming, friend? Okay, probably just gotta follow this like a Sealy. I forgot to grab the other Sealy that was in the background of the cutscene. Doggone it. You can stand in the pool if you want, it just allows me to use my bloom abilities. Well, okay, when you stand too far down I can't reach you, but you should technically be drowning. Yeah. Yeah, about that. Okay, so what's this? I grabbed the thing. I don't know what it is. Light up all the flowers? Solve the puzzle. Did I? Ah, Lumine Paimon, you two are indeed brilliant, as expected. Upon seeing my dissipated adeptal energy, you immediately understood the situation. Not really.
Of course, we're super duper experienced adventurers, you know. Still, why did you say anything sooner? You didn't just forget, did you?
About that. Should not be the path of the Adepti to be full of challenges. 'Tis merely a test of your wisdom. Calling me the master test taker. It was you who brought us here.
Speaking of which, just what is the problem with the soil and water you mentioned before? Grandpa Lou was also so sure that this was behind the deteriorating quality of the tea leaves.
Yes, you too have seen the Qiaoying village. Should the quality and quantity of tea leaves continue to decline, so will the village, until finally, in the years to come, it degenerates back into what was a millennia before, a desolate mountain forest. I understand what you mean.
It's kind of hard to wrap your brain around. Can bad tea really destroy Qiaoying village?
It's true. The Lord of Geo would not stand idly by as disaster befell. Were the sky to collapse, the conqueror of demons and other adepti would do their utmost to support it. Should the waters under Yilong Wharf breach the dikes of the flood, Liyue Harbor would aid the villagers. But without tea, this stretch of mountain would, or Qiang village rather, Qiaoying, excuse me, I keep saying Qiaoyang. Qiaoying village would lose its very reason to exist in human eyes.
That makes sense. When you put it like that, Paimon understands.
So are you two willing to help me correct the imbalance in the water and soil? Basically, the people up here, because they wouldn't have any other marketable resource, wouldn't be able to maintain commerce with the rest of Liyue, and as a result, the village, everybody would start moving out of it. What do you say, Minibai? Very well. Yes, that's excellent. Your willingness is commendable, and one is quite grateful to you both. Now back to business. When it comes to how to resolve the disharmony in the soil and water, one is indeed well aware of what to do. First, you two must go up against the currents and seek the jade treasures thrown into the waters. In the end, we must perform the ancient rain jade rite once more, dispelling the miasma that has settled over the mountain and fields into the rivers and restoring the water veins and soil.
Okay, I got it, but just how do we do that ritual? Adeptus Fujin, what's wrong?
Nothing. As for the ritual, it's a bit early for that. Well then, we'll see each other later.
And she's gone. According to her, we need to go against the current, and that just means upstream, right? Hey, it's the same direction as Yilong Wharf. Let's go!
I'm being watched by something. I don't think it's a hilly trail. It seemed almost dragonish.
These things look like they could come in handy.
Ooh, there's stuff there. But why would it give me this here? Oh, because it leads up to that warp point. I see. And there's apparently a temporary treasure thing.
Here you are.
I forget if they're kind of like animalculouses or not. What function they serve. I haven't done just a world exploring quest in just a really long time. Like I said, I haven't really even gotten around to getting to all of Natlan or even Fontaine. I'm still missing a few oculi and Sumeru even. So I know I'm going a tad off the beaten path, but is that not the point sometimes? Is there any... should be here. Oh, do I grab it? I don't understand how these work. Interesting. I was minding my own business.
I need more time.
Life goes on.
Okay. Apparently I can pick these up. Then put them back. Maybe? I hope your majesty return to the right side of the altar that I might suppress evil. Oh. To the right side of the altar. It's where the other one was. This needs to go. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna put it here for now. Isn't where it goes. I know that. Oops.
Sorry, pal.
Put that there. So I may pick that up. And put this here. Oops, that's not quite how I... Are you technically not? Are you serious? Why are you so obtuse? Will it course correct when I'm actually on the pedestal thing? What about the owl? To the right side of the altar, that I may suppress evil. To the right flank of the altar. Did I not? Or do you mean you're right? Maybe this one's talking to me. Trapped as Thute's primeval, like moonlight shining through the feeble. Put me to the left of the altar to suppress evil. Which means you were actually talking to me. This place is not the place I am to guard. Well, doggone it. Are you not meant to be here? Maybe it wants it here. Just gonna move that over, since apparently I can. Maybe it wants it here. Oop. I know. Give me a minute. To the right side of the altar. There, now it clicked in. That's why this one clicked in beforehand. I was right. Oops. Didn't mean to grab that. Yeah, this does click in here. It's broken, but it's, I guess, the right answer. Evil is overflowing. Be careful, my sister. It could be monsters that were drawn to the area of the stone arch. I see, so when they actually adjust themselves a little bit, that's, you know, you did it right.
Here you are.
Oops, damn it. Thought I dodged. I didn't.
Opening box of Adepti Tricks. Wheel of Life.
Oh no! I thought I was a little bit further ahead. You know, I should probably just... Just should go doggo. Doggo mode. Try and get that barrier down. Where'd you go? There you are. Don't run away from me. I have so much I need to do. That was unnecessarily a little weird. Okay, but then what is this other thing I keep seeing on my radar? It's like way above me or something? I don't understand. Where are you hiding? Is there an underneath piece? There's an underneath piece. A giant ruin guard! Is that cave behind it? So huge and heavy. How can we move it aside? Oh, rune machine cores to activate the mechanism. I don't think I have any though. Let's put a thing here. and head to Leeway really quickly. I used a lot of Ruin Machine cores in Character Ascension, so I don't have a whole lot of them. I didn't know I'd need them. Okay, let's make 5. Okay. Go back to here. Oops. You weren't supposed to see me? Did you even still see me? Oh, maybe it has to be a special core. Okay, then I'll just get on with this then. I thought it had to be the kind that I made myself. And here we are! Ye Long Wharf! Let's have a little stroll! Though I don't understand it in the least, I still think it's amazing. Just watching her stand there singing or sing while walking around or sing while sitting, and then sing while she lifts her hand and slowly let it fall, all the while ceaselessly singing. I really don't know what kind of special magical powers the old lady has. Bobbling, chanting, singing and reciting, reciting and crying. I haven't got a clue what she's saying, but it's amazing. Little Mao, do you understand? Yeah, that's just how opera singing is. And weren't there fight scenes later? There was that old dude who could do 88 flips and tricks. Riveting stuff. Interesting facial markings. Is he actually maybe like an Oceanid? Yeah, it's great. It's just a shame I didn't understand a thing. A whole bunch of people fighting and jumping all over the place. All super flashy and such. One-on-one, several all fighting together, 5 or 6 taking turns. It's just almost addictive. It's the same colors as the creature that was watching us, so maybe he's the creature. Hello, we're looking for a technician from Fontaine. Chief Lo and Grandpa Lou said, what's your name did they give again? Haute Moon Tanyi. Yep, that sounds like Grandpa Lou sent you alright. Just call me... how to Monte... Google. I need help. Hautemontagne. French detected. Really?
Haute montagne.
Haute montagne.
Haute montagne.
Haute montagne. I'm a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. I can see why he calls you Oat. I might call you Oat. I am from the Fayuz Commerce Guild. I'm the one who comes to the aid of the oppressed in their moments of need. Let's not. I don't know why I'm so silly in this one. Alright, that's enough acting. Are you alright? Yep, this young lady as well, that's not right. They're Lumine and Paimon is Paimon. Anyway, it was Grandpa Lou who sent us looking for you. Miss Lumine and Paimon, hello. I'm Little Mao, a friend of the mountains. Yes, this is what my name means. Hotumania can be a bit hard to pronounce, so I asked Little Mao to call me that. Really? Quite an interesting pair. How did you two meet? It was quite fortuitous. Last year I went to the mountains in search of a spell, and got lost in the fog. A huge beast the size of a cat. Etienne Louis was glaring at me, and I thought I was done for, but just then, a little kid suddenly shouted at me. I followed the sound of the mist and got out, and was saved. Otherwise I would have been eaten just like that. And my family in Fontaine wouldn't even have been able to claim compensation on my account. Maybe the kid's one of those cats. I mean, he's named Mao, and I think Mao means cat. I know more about what goes on in the mountains than the grown-ups. Is that so? You're amazing, Little Mao. Hotumani, Grandpa Luo and Chief Luo are looking for you. We're here about the tea cauldron in the Qiaoying village. Alright, I got it. I'll be there in a jiffy. All the shows are just too good. I ended up watching several, one right after the other. And now my legs have fallen asleep, but I just can't understand a word. What sort of stories are they telling? It's about how way back when a huge carp and a monster from the mountains fought. A you kill me, I kill you story. In the end, everyone dies. That's a pretty concise summary. But don't talk about killing and dying so much, little Mao. If you think about that kind of stuff too often, you might become a villain when you grow up. That's not how it works. Since those in Xiaoyang Village are waiting on me, it's time to go. See you all later. Let's go watch the shows here again when you're about to head back to Fontaine. Okay, now that we solved that puzzle, we can get back to business. Little Mao, how about you? What are you going to do? To be honest, we're not quite sure how to explain it. The water and soil in Chenyu Vale are kinda out of whack. We need to cure them for everything in Chenyu Vale to get better. I get it. Miss Paimon's trying to say we need to restore nature. Hey, that's right. You're really amazing, little Mao. You got it right away. Restoring nature, you say. Did someone talk to you about that? Alright, a friend who's always taking care of me told me. She wants us to restore nature too. If we restore nature, everything will get better. So I want to help too. She also told me about you two. Oh, so you've seen her too? You mean my friend? Of course. Silly Miss Paimon, how could we be friends if I'd never seen her? Fair point. It makes things easier. Actually, we want to. Paimon remembers we need to find the jade treasures in the water and then do some rain jade right. But even though we've come upstream, we still haven't found any clues. Oh, I know. Come with me. I'll show you where to look. Is it really that easy? Little Mao, your friend wants to restore nature, right? Yeah, she told me a lot. Such as stories from before Xiaoyang Village became Xiaoyang Village. How tea leaves I can't read. How the tea trees came to be, and more. She said that things will get worse and worse in Chenyu Vale if the natural order isn't restored. Well, looks like we're on the same page then. Little Mao, you said that you know where you could find leads, right? Yeah, I don't know if it'll help, but when you mentioned jade treasures and rain jade and stuff, I just thought of it. Come with me. Yeah, let's go. Okay. There's more quests in there. Future quests. Huh. I heard it boop right as I jumped. I want to see what one looks like so I know what I'm gathering. Should be directly below me. Maybe in the tree? Oh. Kind of moving beyond it now. Would have been under the bridge? Hey, over here! I see you, kiddo, but also... Watch your step. There's moss on the cliff. It's slippery. You're the one who needs to be careful. Paimon can fly, after all. Okay, but where? I probably need to get on that. But then, I'm confused. Where's... I'm missing a few here. Must be down there for that, so this must be part of this puzzle. I think they last for at least a short while. So if I light this one up and then plunge back down, yeah, I should be able to get it.
Here you go.
Here we are. There's a cavern behind the waterfall. Try not to get soaked. You might catch a cold. Huh? It's blocked off. How about you give that identical energy a go, Lunin? What do you mean? My fish powers? Maybe they gave me a thing for this. Fontaine Research Institute. Seed Dispensary. It's from Madame Ping. Memento Lens. That is for Inazuma. These are for Sumeru. Feather fan, Boon of the Elder Tree. Help collect wood. Wind powered generator. Potential better fan. Our past Kaboom box. Was there a thing that I got before? Try entering the waterfall. Oh, I see a rock I can break. Not like this. The current's too strong. We can't get in. I'm unsoaked! Yeah, you're amazing, Lamine. Sorry, I thought there was maybe an item. Sometimes you use items in these special areas. I forgot if I had one. There's more water in here than before. Maybe we'll have to swim next time. It's full of lizards. What huge claw marks and paw prints. Looks like some huge wild beast left them behind. Yeah, huge, right? I'm not being lured into a trap, am I? That's it. That's the clue I wanted to show you right before, right here. Oh, what in Tavad is that? It's covered in moss. That Paimon can't make heads or tails of it. There wasn't any moss the last time I came here. No need to worry. It's so humid that no wonder where the moss is growing everywhere. There must be a way to clear it away. Want me to fire? Clean the mural. With? Oh. Probably with powers. The moss came loose. Here I was just ready to light the whole thing on fire. Look, it's a scene of ancient people attending a festival and performing a ritual. Pretty different from the festivals we have today, huh? Yeah, what's the weird orb thing? Although the grown-ups in the city and the village all say that the Lord Geo was the first to arrive in Chenyu Vale, I heard that the people in the picture actually got here even earlier than he did. People back then used to throw bits of magic jade into the river, and they'll float until they sink to the bottom. They saw it as a way to guarantee good weather, prevent the river from flooding, and ensure the soil would be fertile. Based on what we previously discussed, I'm guessing that Chenyu Vale will only be fixed after we found some jade that was thrown into the river in ancient times. That makes sense, doesn't it? You're so knowledgeable. Was your friend also the one who told you those stories? The first class guide material right here. The legends are fascinating, especially since, like I said, jade so often is contaminated with mercury. Yep, and everyone will be really blessed and happy to live ever after. And all that. But I much prefer hearing stories about ancient wars and battles. She told me that the warriors back then were all giants who were over 10 feet tall. The warriors of Chenyu Vale were covered in tattoos, and they had these massive jade axes that could chop a person in half in the blink of an eye. They kind of sound like one of the tribes in Netlam. Maybe this was a prelude to meeting them. And the Millelith, led by none other than the Lord of Geo himself, were even tougher. They clad themselves in suit of armor that weighed over 1,000 pounds, highly doubt that, and fought with 100-pound spears. Apparently, everyone was at war back then, so much so that the Bishui River turned crimson red. Later on, the mountains to the south became full of ghosts from that era. Even now, those who wander in the mountains might still be able to catch their singing on the wind. We've literally already met them, Paimon. I don't think those stories are meant for kids. Who are they meant for, then? Who's Mini Pie? Herman...
Haute montagne.
Haute montagne is right, though. If you constantly think about this stuff, you'll turn into a villain when you're older. There's no way grown-ups would tell us those stories. They always say we're too young to hear them and that they'll turn us rotten and stuff like that. But I'm old enough already. Hearing a story's not going to turn me into a monster. Probably already is one. Besides, there aren't many adults around who know these stories anyway. If my friend hadn't told me, I wouldn't have even known the stories about this picture. Okay, then guess we'll move on. So, grown-ups are right to say that the ancient people threw the jade into the river from somewhere high up, but where exactly? And where did the jade float off to? Well, it must have sunk to the bottom, right? No, it's not that simple. If it was thrown into somewhere upriver, and even if it sank to the bottom, it would still be pushed down by the current, let alone after so many years. Sorry about the noise. I'm sticking to my chair. It's really, really hot. We're gonna have a heat wave this week. Besides, I've never heard talk of any ancient ritual jade being found upriver. Chenyu Vale is a small place after all. If there'd been such a rumor, everyone would already know about them. You know so much, but you're future scholar material for sure. What if I don't want to be a scholar? They don't earn much more, and it sounds like no fun. Then become a traveler like us. What could be more fun than adventuring around the world? Seeing as we now know the site of the rain jade right, what should we do next? Why don't we go somewhere high up and take a look? Let's observe how the river flows. If we want to see how the river flows, maybe we should go to an area and try the tall watchtower over the Yilong Wharf. You're a clever one, Miss Paimon. Of course. Okay, let's head out. I want to take another look around. Alright, let's go. Oh, it actually worked us out. I didn't expect us to take us out all the way like that. Oh well. Look, from up here you can clearly see how the water moves faster through those narrows, then slows down again as the river widens out. The jade must have stopped there. We should find out, find what we're looking for there. You're such a real whiz kid. Paimon's been wondering though, what sort of massive thing in the distance? That huge thing is the Jade Mouth, a legendary jade ring that an Adeptus threw into the water. Yeah, but the river curves around there, so the current should actually speed up. The river gradually gets wider there. Yeah, so the rapid flow around the bend might have resulted in things being deposited along the convex bank where it widens. So there's actually a good chance that jade is at the bottom of the river somewhere around Jade Mouth. Of course, that's assuming that the course of the river hasn't been artificially altered. Not to mention, there's a fisherman's legend that goes something like, "Jade shall rise from Sunken Mouth," or something like that. Anyway, let's go over and take a look around first. Compared to Little Mao, Paimon feels like she's completely out of her depth. That's because my friend is amazing. She knows everything there is to know about the mountains, and she taught me loads too. That's why I've learned so much. Sorry, Paimon, you just need better friends. You're unfit for duty, Mini Pie, as the young lady I'm most disappointed. Don't worry too much about it, Paimon. Yeah, that's right. Paimon has lots of other strengths. Like? Whatever the case, let's go down and get a bamboo raft. Yeah, Jade Mouth, here we come. Probably gonna ride that one down there. Yeah, I keep seeing glimpses of things to collect, and then I never actually see the things. Someone coming aboard? Wait, is that Little Mao? Come on, I'll take you. Alright, boatman, take us to the Jade Mouth. Alright, Jade Mouth it is. The other two, your tourists? Well, if you're here for sightseeing, there's not many locals who head that way. Yeah, you could say that. Mr. Boatman, are there any stories about Jade Mouth that I haven't heard before? Knowing you and how much you love your stories, kiddo, you must have heard them all by now. Tell me more, tell me more. Alright then, well I've heard mention that Jade Mouth was left behind by Rex Lapis when he marched through to save the people of Chenyu Vale. Legend has it that it's to prevent a naval advance from downstream, the local Adepti. You're making it up as you go again, Gramps. There's no way that Liwei's navy came up this river. I've heard that Jade Mouth was formed by a piece of jade left behind by a giant carp. In those days, a baddie god tried to redirect the river to drown the Milla stationed on both of the banks of Chenyu Vale, but a giant whale, snake, and giant carp were her subordinates disobeyed her orders. The giant whale snake held up the baddie god, and I didn't get to read that. To soothe the jades she wore in here, the jades pinned the river down, and ever since we've had no more floods and everyone can live peaceful lives on both sides of the river. Yeah, it automatically progressed on me, sorry. You might understand a lot, kiddo, but you haven't seen much. Take a closer look. There aren't many crops by the river. See, after it was all pinned down by the jades, it's true that the river hasn't flooded, but that also meant that it's been able to provide irrigation for crops. So it was once wide, gently flowing river is today a narrow, rapidly flowing torrent instead. Such a river leaves no sustenance for the earth's banks, and of course that also means no people living peaceful lives on both of its sides. Yeah, it's auto-progressing again. Paimon gets it now, but did you say that the Adepti were, resisting the Lord of Geo? That's how it was, all that time ago. Some people believe that the first lord of all of Liyue was Rex Lapis, but in Chenyu Vale we believe that before he came, there were other gods and Adepti who protected our ancestors. I've heard Grandpa say that the tea ceremony is actually for the Carp Adeptus who planted our first tea tree. Oh, but aren't those Adepti meant to be baddies? They're serving under a baddie god after all. In some stories, they're baddies, while in others, there's the goodies. But it was all such a long time ago. Even the grown-ups don't remember much, so they always tried to bluff me. Oh, talking about that friend of yours again. How can such supernatural beings be held out to simple codes of right and wrong? As far as we're concerned, all the forces that have ever blessed and protected this land deserve our offerings. And there you go again. Alright then, time to get off. We're here. Thanks, Gramps. As river breeze blows, you hitch up something. We're here. This is Jade Mouth. Such a huge chunk of jade, and even the other pieces are massive. Wonder if that was Throwdown Adeptus or not. Must have been absolutely titanic. Adepti come in all shapes and sizes. They could be as tall as the clouds or small enough to hide amongst a pool and leaves. How did the rest of it go again? Anyway, you get the picture. To sum up, Adepti rule. Okay. Yeah, auto progression is one of those things that really gets me. Is that the jade ball in question? It's like, let's just make one big one and we never have to do it again. Well, here's the jade mouth. But how are we gonna find all that jade underwater? So that's how it is. The spring cries ripple through the valves, and shrines depart from northeast shores. The heights and shallows of the southwest hide, sun and earth from each other divide. The eternal whirlpool that never churns, the beautiful jade concealed within. Maybe it's sank, excuse me. What's that little mouse singing about? Sounds pretty complicated. It's one of our local folk songs. I heard old Granny singing it as she was gathering herbs. It means if you look out from the center of the river to the banks on either side, you'll see 2 stone shrines hidden to the northeast and southwest. Those shrines keep the mighty whirlpool in the center suppressed. Paimon understood the last bit. So the jade is all hidden beneath the whirlpool? Yep, sounds like we're going treasure hunting. Hooray! But the area between the northeast and southwest is so huge. After all, in a broad sense, the northeast and southwest of Jademouth can include pretty much the whole world. You're always thinking outside the box, Paimon, but there's no need to worry. I already have an idea where the shrines will be, because, well, a friend told me. Come on, let's stroll. I have a question. Hold up for a sec. Does anyone else think the giant maelstrom suddenly appearing here might not be too great? Yeah, won't that mean that boats will no longer be able to sail in and out of Ylang Wharf? But don't worry about that. My friend told me that once we've done what we need to beneath, the whirlpool will disappear completely. Otherwise, how would all the old boatmen carry on making a living? So not just a smart whirlpool, but a considerate one to boot. Let's get going then. Why have so many Genshin episodes have me jumping down whirlpools? Oops. I missed. Are there other ones besides? I don't remember how to do this one. Oops, nope, not that. L, B, and X. I'm trying to remember how to use these. Investigate the shrine. Okay. That gets both these glowing. Is there more? Pine cones everywhere. Investigate the shrine. Do I need to light these? No, I don't need to light the incense. Oh, there's more of these, like this. How about we try using the adeptal energy? I'm trying to remember how these work. Like, I think if I light them from afar, maybe? Oh, it sends them through. I gotta crisscross these. They're crisscross applesauce. So, in order to get them to remain lit, I gotta actually... because that lights it. Now again, this way. Because it launches it through like that. Now what? Well, I guess that settles it. You're amazing. My friend couldn't do anything about the shrines.
This stuff looks dope.
Ah, you got that right. Wasn't expecting Gaming to say dope. Anything else here that I could increase? Not a fan of some of these stats. This one's not too bad, though it is only 4-star. Oh, not that. How about you? What about your artifacts? Like I said, I don't have perfect artifact builds. Crit rate. Crit rate boost for Alhaitham. Okay. Something's also collectible behind me, but I don't know what it is. Over here is next. Oh, I didn't unlock that area. That is troublesome. Do I just hoof it, or... It's gonna be like the old-fashioned Genshin videos again. Where I, actually have to walk everywhere. I see treasure hoarders getting up to stuff here. I get geosigils? I also see a viewpoint marker. I guess if the river gets too big, I could always, drink some stamina potion. Also, while we're here... Oops. Item deactivated. What? Oh no, not that! Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. I'm friendly. Dang it! Ooh, that one landed. I have the high ground as soon as it recharges. New red-bill pelican. Jade Elegy of Bishui added to the archive. Oh, I probably could have taken these. No, I can't.
Wheel of Life.
I guess I also could have walked the surface with Chi-Chi, but yeah, I'd have to go really slow with her. I think Kaya's faster.
Here you are.
One of my main issues with Dendro is it doesn't hold Dendro on the status for the character very long. Oh my gosh, more?
There's no end to this.
You want to group up? Make this a little easier for me?
The feeling.
Do you like to not stand up there? I'm stuck.
You're open.
Coming. Jump. Coming. I am literally... Thank you.
Flicker.
Terrain must have been preventing me from jumping.
Go.
Shi Xiaoer and Luo-san. Who deserves the tranquility of this place? Turn over all your possessions and quench the thirst of the Adeptus. Oh! Aren't you treasure hoarders? Where's all the Adepti fearing talk coming from?
The process of elimination.
Whoa. Hello.
Calculated.
How are they throwing me into the sky?
Life goes on.
Okay. We good? Alhaitham, you want to get up, buddy? Someone's notes. The spring carries ripples through the valleys. The shrines depart from northeast shores. The heights and shallows in the southwest hide. Sun and earth from each other divide. The eternal whirlpool that never turns. We found the two shrines the legend speaks of, and it seems they too are related to our ancestors in the mountains, but the meaning of the folk song mentioned above remains unclear. We don't have any clue as what to do here. We're just running around like headless chickens. Everyone's got really worked up when we heard that the comrades excavating and shipping antiques were already making big mora. Who knows how much longer we'll have to stick around here.
Wheel of life.
So someone else is already excavating jades. Ah, she's really right about you. You're pretty out of the ordinary. I'll hopefully take that as a compliment. Okay, any more geo sigils in the water? Yeah, there's a lot of spots in here I haven't just haven't gotten to yet. Huh, we haven't seen the whirlpool from the song yet. What should we do next? How about giving that adeptal energy use of your a try? Try using your adeptal energy again. You know, we might be able to call the whirlpool forth if we try using adeptal energy. On?
Here you are.
Oops, not that. Whoa! Oh.
Go.
I believe there's been a miscommunication. Spirits adrift. Look, the whirlpools appear just like the song said. Oh, I got another silly achievement too. I just gotta show it off really quick. Spirits adrift, alas and water, discover the secret of Jade Mouth. But I also got nano machines, son. Good old Metal Gear reference. Defeat an activated Jade Bloom Terror Shroom while it's unleashing a powerful skill. So that was in Sumeru. But I just had to show it off because I thought it was funny. Sort of like the Zoo Tycoon one. And wow, just like the legend says, a golden carp. It's you again, Adeptus Fujin. Fujin? Well, maybe we're talking about different Adepti here. I don't know if this whirlpool will actually stay open, so...
Flicker.
Stop it now. Wheel of life.
These in there. Defenses. Dug on it. When you jump and it decides to hit you against the ceiling so it doesn't work. Gaming might struggle in the chasm as a result. There's all kinds of treasure down here. Okay, now we can go. Some of these are temporary, you know, I don't want to miss them. Okay, good, it does give us a teleport waypoint. I was gonna say, otherwise the chest won't have anything too valuable, I'd hope. Because if they're missable, that would suck. Namin and Paimon, we meet again. And who might this be?
Huh? You haven't met before? This is little Mao. He helped us so much along the way.
No, we haven't met before, but you must be a good child, little Mao.
Hello, and yes, that's me. Miss, are you an Adeptus?
You are, aren't you? This is Adeptus Fujin. Thanks for all the help you've given Namin and Paimon, little Mao.
It's really the legendary Fujin in the flesh. I can't believe this. I've heard so many stories about you. And now I know that you're not some sort of big slippery carp, but a lady instead, like a big sister. Big carp? Honestly, what kind of stories have you been listening to, Lil Mao?
One is indeed an Adeptus, and as such, can take the forms one pleases. This particular form seemed like the most appropriate one for conversing with humans. From what you said, you've a very unique scent, little Mao. Have you met someone in the mountains before? Someone with golden eyes and a fair complexion, perhaps?
Not exactly, Big Sis Fujin. You're not talking about one of your other friends, are you? My friend from the mountains doesn't sparkle like you do, but she's also really cool. She's helped me tons and taught me loads.
So it was her after all.
Your friend was an Adeptus Fujin after all, huh?
But Big Sis Fujin's my friend now too, isn't she? Of course, little Mao. I'm delighted to have made friends with you. Way to go, little Mao. You now have 2 Adepti. He's met other Adepti? But I've met more. Go me. What is with my weird attitude here? What was in that tea? What?
Don't worry about her. Anyway, what does it mean Little Mao's friend is also an Adeptus?
For whether Little Mao's friend counts as an Adeptus or not, I'm not quite sure myself. After all, Adeptus is merely a title, and it's hard to say whether Adepti are even people. The word Adeptus is just like any other word, such as hero, villain, or idiot. No one is born as an Adeptus, and no one shall remain an Adeptus forever.
That's true, so you've met a friend of Little Mao's and we're talking about, right?
Indeed, but it's been a long, long time since I last saw her. So now I suspect that I don't know her half as well as Little Mao does. I'm not even sure if I can still count her as a friend, according to what Little Mao said. His friend wants to restore nature, too. I would imagine so. Anyway, I must ask you all to please take this piece of votive rain jade. I had originally hoped it might remain here. The same as it ever was, but I never expected it to grow quite so large. I used to love it so. Grow large?
The rain jade that you mentioned, does it rain down or does it make rain or something?
Of course not. After the great changes in our geology, the ancestors of the people of Chenyu Vale lost their ability to communicate with the heavens, and lost the guidance of emissaries, whose beauty was pure as moonlight. Henceforth they began to take jade, which glowed as gently as the light of the moon, and cast it into the river. As they did this, they would pray for good omens, for fertile land, for clement weather, and for the river banks to hold strong. Over time, these rituals grew in power until one day...
Big Sis Fujin, what happened next?
One day, the long war to become the gods who would reign over this world began. Afterwards, the tradition lost all its meaning. But though it was forgotten, its name still passed down over generations. I wonder if this was maybe, like, pre-Archons. To cut a long story short, the place of votive rain jade before us was the very last one to ever be thrown. Just as the part above the surface, when commanded by Adeptal art, can be made large enough to stop a flood, its core too has been swollen by uncontrolled Adeptal energy. Much of its power has dissipated into the surrounding area through spirit veins. The power may have also affected the nearby flora and fauna, attracting and even making aberrations of them. We must be careful.
What?
As far as I can tell, the adeptal energy that is dissipated nearby should be sufficient to reawaken the hibernating votive rain jade. If this is the case, we're but one step closer to achieving our goal of nursing the water and soil back to health. How should I say this? Limine and Paimon, thank you both. You're doing an amazing thing by choosing to help me. And little Mao, will you help me too? Will you help out your big sis? Of course, I want to restore nature too. Is that so? Well, that's good. You're very smart, little Mao. You'll understand everything later. There's a little bit of a hesitation there. I'm worried about little Mao. She said that some of the animals and stuff had aberrations in them. I wonder if he's part of that. Alright, let's go our separate ways for now. Once you've received the adeptal energy, fill the votive rain jade. We'll meet again by a deep pool shrouded in clouds and mist to the south. Go to the south? Got it. She's gone and disappeared again. Oh well. Let's just do what Big Sis Fujin says and restore the voting rain jade's power. Speaking of which, what's it got to do with voting? See, you're not that much brighter than Paimon. It's votive, not voting. Oh, right. It's so complicated. Though, since you mentioned it, what does votive even mean? And why is it called rain jade again? Exactly, what does it mean? Votive, offered or consecrated in fulfillment of a vow. Such as a candle used as a vigil light. Hillies, what you doing? It's a big bell. Whoa, the jar, it suddenly got bigger. Is this the adeptal energy? Collect the scattered adeptal energy. Another strange phenomena. Another lump of... Is this also considered a form of adeptal energy? I have no clue, Paimon. I don't even know where I meant to go next. Maybe back up there? Careful, there's hilly trails here too. There's a Sealy here too. Oops. Oh, dang it. Not you. Please hold, please hold. Yes! I may not be able to see. I don't need you to defeat you.
Life goes on.
Gosh, I'll hate them. Why do you get hurt so badly? Probably getting burned by my own spells. Oh, there's 2 of you. There's 3 of you. Sealy and 3 of them. Paimon, do you guys often play with Sealy? Play together, yeah. Okay. That is 2 of 4. I guess it will be down in here. Wow, it's like the Sealys really like you guys. Yeah, that's it. Something like that. Okay, that one's eventually gonna need fire. But maybe I can use the adeptal energy to raise it up. Don't know how long it stays though. I guess long enough. Well, that's finally over.
Where do you want this stuff delivered to, boss?
Yeah, because that's some other big wheel. Oops, I never catch those.
No pain, no gain.
Wheel of Life.
I think dendrocores can actually maybe hurt your character, so that might be what's doing it. Yeah, see? Whee! Where am I? Where am I going? For objective in area. Oh, 3 out of 4, so we haven't finished all of them yet. I'm missing one. Over here, maybe? Oops. I already got that. That made it imply that I already got them all. When I unlocked this one, Paimon was basically like, yep, you got all the things. So then how come I don't have all the things? Maybe it was the last one I needed to obtain? But it wasn't like the final one? Just wanted to look up here. So do these give any sort of... Nope. Wood. What am I even inside of? Maybe I have enough and the last one comes from the thing itself? Oh, Paimon's totally drenched! Oh no, it's maybe just like right here. Oh, it's gone! Whee! Careful you two, don't catch a cold. Catching a cold isn't the problem here. The Beast Lord Fuyu, a boar created by the Adeptal power. It's a Seelie boar! It's me being bad at this! I kinda wish there was an ice dendro reaction, even if it was something like wilt. It's weird that there isn't one. When everything reacts to everything else and dendro and ice just ignore each other. To turn into a boar, so is this big Sing Fujin meant by aberrations? Everyone wonders if this is enough adeptal energy. Whoa, so sudden. Oops. Become as fish. Ooh, how do I get back there? It might be better to just warp. Since I probably didn't go in order to begin with.
Wheel of Life.
The vote of Range Aid looks really different now. Paimon can't find the right words again. Yeah, it reminds me, again, sort of like some sort of core. Seems like the jade's starting to move. That's right, but according to the story, the riverbed should have lots of water. Lots of other votive rain jades. Why does Big Sis Fujin only want this one? Look, it's shining, almost as if it's resonating with the adeptal energy on you. Why don't we try using the power, huh? Maybe it's a water purifier. Like a machine. Not just, oh, throw Jade into the water, but like an actual machine device similar to Honkai's Lofu. I should do it. Wow, awesome. It suddenly became small. I didn't think it changed size like that. Guess it's a millennia-old treasure for you. It's just like you said, little Mao. They could be as tall as the clouds or small enough to hide amidst a pool of a leaf. Yeah, well, looks like the vote of Rain Jade's in our hands now. You're so reliable. Paimon worked hard too. Miss Paimon's amazing. So you're going to take that to the deep pool, shrouded in cloud and mist in the south now, right? Clouds and mist. I think Chenyu Vale really does have places like that. But where? Tell us, little guide, and Paimon will take you there. Do you remember the place Mountain mentioned? The spot where we met? The place is super foggy, and I know of a secret cavern that leads there. Even the other locals don't know about it. It was my friend who showed us the way, and since you're a friend too, Paimon, I'll tell you all about it. You've got an amazing friend, little Mao. Your friend is in the mountains. Are they connected to the Adeptus Fujin? She told me lots of stories, and quite a few of them are about Big Sis Fujin. Well, any friend of yours is a friend of ours too. In fact, Paimon hopes we meet her on the way. Shall we go? Paimon's gonna take you to the place you mentioned, little Mao. Take us away, Miss Paimon. Alrighty then, let's go. This time I know it's warping me. Jade oh Jade. Grant me wish. An ancient sacrifice of sacred brocade. Three here. Some over there. Why did little Mao disappear while we weren't looking? Did he run up ahead of us? There's lots of monsters around here. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Oh, cool. This.
Yeah. Let me look to Blessing of Sunken Jade. I want to see how many quests are in here. Collect the Spirit Orb ×3. Go to Fogbank River. An Ancient Sacrifice. This should be the last part of this one. Of Sacred Brocade. Because I did part 1, Xiaoying the Sacred Mountain, using Adeptal Energy to leave the domain. Talk to Grandpa Lu. Floating Jade, Treasure of Chenyu. That's the whole mural thing that we did, and jumping into the whirlpool. So this is the last part, but it might be a little bit longer. How high up is that? Because I'm kind of looking at it like to potentially grab the teleport marker. Lamine, Paimon! Look out behind you! This is the one I was talking about. Oh, you're way different than I thought. Oh, look out behind you! It's a huge monster. Can be heavy soulless. Wait, your friend, you say? That's right. I told you before that a lot of friends, didn't I? Well, I just happened to meet her, so I got a hold of her to introduce to you. Well, hello. I'm Lamine and this is Paimon. We're a friend of Little Mao's. She's afraid of strangers. I usually call her Bluey because I don't really know her name. Don't you worry about that. Lamine and Paimon are great people. They've been accompanying me on adventures. They're really experts on mountains and forests, too. I know. I've seen. Answer me one thing. Where did you gain the power to suppress nature? Suppress nature? What do you mean? Plants pursue the sunlight and fertile soil, creating fruit for the birds and beasts to consume. The digested seeds are scattered, and those which consume seed and fruit become bait for predators. Thus does everything return to the land. The snake hidden in the branches, the fish in the mountains, and the beasts in the forest. Traveling in the realm of nature is wonderful, so why have you come? Oh, come on, Bluey, you don't have to be so fierce. You raised 2 questions. My adeptal energy comes from Adeptus Fujin. Our goal is to nurse the soil and water in Chenyu Vale. And the adeptal energy we use comes from Adeptus Fujin. Exactly. Something off about Chenyu Vale's natural conditions, so Adeptus Fujin's enlisted our help. If we don't, well, the tea leaves in Qiang Village are going to turn out worse and worse, and the village itself might decline. That's why she wanted us to perform the Rain Jade Rite, which will restore the area. The Rain Jade Rite, I see. You've answered 2 of my questions. You may ask me to also. Why do we have to do that? Give and take. It's only natural. You have 1 more question. Wait, that one counted? Whatever. You ask. Little Mouse said that you wanted to restore nature. Do you know Adeptus Fujin? Is that the same as nursing the water and soil? Not the same. It isn't? What are you talking about? That's right, what do you mean not the same? The new tea leaves taste better. More like before. I see. More like, whoa, just like that she's gone. Don't worry about it, Paimon, she's like that. Sometimes when I'm not looking, she'll just vanish into the shadows of the trees. Then at others, the sun might dazzle me, or the birds might call overhead, and there she is. In any case, we're all friends now. Let's hope so. I wonder if that means it got more polluted then. I wouldn't think so, but... don't worry about it. Bluey's not a big on politeness, but she's always like that. Your friend's pretty strange, little Mao. Is she? Well, for all you know, the ones who might be strange... You might be the ones that's strange to others. I mean, not only can you use adeptal energy to make the moss disappear, but you can also make the golden stone things appear and vanish, and even turn into carp and fly around, like in the stories. After all, I'm not other than the young lady of the Fey's Common Guild. You've got a point. That said, Paimon couldn't have imagined the friend you always spoke about was, well, monster seemed a bit rude. Thing might be pretty offensive. That's right, your friend's so blue. No wonder you call her Bluey. That's why I've never told anyone. If the adults knew that we were friends, they might lock me up. Wait, really? You go to actual prison? No, not like that. They wouldn't let me go out, make me wash my face, and force me to read books. I wouldn't get to play in the mountains anymore. And that's why I've never told anyone, but you're my friend, so it's fine. Anyway, come with me. There's an awesome place I'd love to show you. Yeah, and it might get noisy around here, so I may need to take a break in between this quest and edit 2 parts together. I'm kind of hoping not, but...
Here you are. A process of elimination.
Here you go.
Okay, got that. It says there's some sort of collectible thing, but maybe it's outside. Ooh, that one has a mark. Take care of nearby miasma. Since antiquity, an anomaly known as miasma has been endemic to the mountains and rivers of Chenyu Vale. If an ordinary person inadvertently inhales this gas, they will often suffer from headaches and chest pain for days. Buddy, that's my normal. Some of the miasma has been exposed. Use something.
The feeling's mutual.
Maybe I gotta use my adeptal energy to dispel it? It keeps going too fast. I don't get to read what it says. For the tutorials. Use your adeptal energy to purify it.
Orders given. Orders received.
Dang it. Where is he? His miasma infested, so he's gotta go first. Go! Oh, it automatically dispels the rest. I see.
Go.
Head further in. Look at this. This is why I wanted to show you by going this way. The mural. Oh, I didn't think there'd be one here. You're amazing, little Mao. Looks like the green moss all over this place, too. Time to clean. Time to... Thank you. You're awesome, Lumine. You pushed the moss back, just like that. like you did with that smoky cloud. Still, that wasn't there yesterday, is what they call nature. Don't worry about it. Monster Hill Charles, just leave them all to Lumine. Little Mal, what's this picture about? Originally, I didn't know either, but I figured it out today after hearing Big Sis Fujin's story. This must be the stuff that happened before the mural on Mount Lingming was made. See this? Long, long ago, people were able to talk to the gods and adepti in the skies by talking to the big piece of jade in the middle. Did they mean Celestia? The emissary of the gods would lead them and protect them. See, that's gotta be the shiny golden person standing in the middle. I bet that was a super amazing person. But later, just like Big Sis Fujin said, something changed and the people of Chenyu Vale lost their guiding emissary, and they couldn't talk to the heavens any longer. That's how the Rain Jade Rite came about. Your story does make sense. Thanks. What do you think? I wonder if it's like a communication ray with Celestia. That's a distinct possibility. Come to think of it, our ancestors were pretty amazing themselves, huh? The jades they left to us still have the power to restore nature. For something this old to still be so strong, the past must have been a sweller for the time in the present, huh? That's not true. The world marches onward. The world's been constantly on decline. I don't know. Like, world marches on. Let's not be pessimistic, but I don't know too much about the past. Leaving the accumulated detritus of the past in its wake. That's a really cool thought. I never thought about it that way. Paimon thinks that you're an amazing one, Little Mao. We've seen lots of ancient objects, puzzles, mysterious powers, and monsters in our time, but Paimon's never considered this stuff before. Oh, you know what? Not thinking about this stuff is all pretty awesome too. I bet you'll be like my big sister when you grow up, just having fun adventuring everywhere. You have a big sister then? Well, we're not blood related, but she worked here in Chenyu Vale for a while. She'd go up in the mountains and run around the rivers, and I'd follow her. We discovered this little cave together. She said that this cave is my Rubicon. Not that I know what it means. However, she hasn't written to me in a long time. If I were to guess, she's off adventuring in some faraway place. Maybe the ancient city of Ys, or something like that? You know, I've heard that name as a game title. One second. Let me... To the Google! Rubicon River in Italy. Definition. Rubicon, an act of winning a game against an opponent whose total score is less than 100, in which the loser's score is added rather than subtracted from the winners. Or, to score against an opponent. Any other definitions of that? Is crossing the Rubicon a metaphor similar to burning one's bridges and the point of no return? It means passing a decisive point where one cannot turn back. And Ys, also spelled care in Breton and Ville d'Ys in French, is a mythical city on the coast of Brittany that was swallowed up by the ocean. Most versions of the legend place the city in the Baie de Douarnenez. I can't say that. Douarnenez. I can't. Excuse me. Google. Translate, help.
Baie de Douarnenez.
Baie de Douarnenez. French. I'll just stay silent on that. Yeah, this big sis of yours sure seems like an interesting person. I know, right? Still, Big Sis Fujin needs our help, so let's continue on. Oh, there you are. Oh, I was so worried. Oh, golden carp. Hi, man, really? One was quite concerned that the swirling miasmas and fierce beasts that roam might have caused you ill, but one sees that it is not so, and that is good. Thanks to the adeptal energy you possess, one has been connected to the golden carp here, thus gaining the means to speak with you directly. Lumine, Paimon, Little Mal, please come with me. What if, she and the cat are rivals? Nothing but water ahead. Is there a boat nearby? The depression is where the energy gathers, but do not panic. For me in fish form shall guide you. What the heck about this? What do I do with... Oh, I can just pick the whole thing up, can I? Jade fragment left. I guess I'll just hang on to that then. Well, you're super amazing, Fujin. We normally need the, an Archon for this. Fiorina, I couldn't think of the name. I see we have visitors who can potshot us from afar. Real fair game. Real fair.
Sorry, pal. No pain.
When thou can't leave the circle. It's just up ahead.
Wheel of life.
New teleport waypoint. Much time has passed since I last emerged here. This was once a lively place, filled with the aroma of incense. Then the three of us could travel freely across the mountains and rivers. Yes, those days were like flowing water near the moon, dark yet sprinkled oh so brightly. Oh, but enough for reminiscing. Thanks to you all, I'm now able to return here and host the Rain Jade Rite. So you're the person in the mural? I get it now. That person standing on the mountain hugging that egg, that was you, wasn't it? An egg? Come now, little Mao, that was precious jade. Casting Rain Jade is a ritual of great power. The votive Rain Jade can calm rivers, improve the weather, but it can also be a thing of death and slaughter. Yeah, because if we overflow the river. Only the tiniest line separates curses and the adeptal energies that have aided you up till now. That is why I must make sure that the rite does not fall into the hands of those who would do ill. That's why, yes, that is correct. One was indeed the figure who was hugging that egg in the mural. But Big Sis Fujin, doesn't this make you pretty, ancient? Yes, it does. Still, I do like the name Big Sis. It does quite make me feel young. Well, being called Adeptus is pretty alright, too. Being called Adeptus is pretty alright, too, right? Well, certainly. Even if others title me as such, I'm aware that I'm hardly equal of true Adepti like Mountain Shaper and the rest. I am in truth the weakest of my band of friends. I cannot make medicines to save others, nor can I bound across the mountains and plains. Even so, I cannot simply lay down the title. It would simply have done the people of Chenyu Vale a disservice, I fear. Still, you may call me whenever you wish. After all, we have become friends, or so I would say. In any case, my days of being called an Adeptus are now consigned to history, just like this place has been. Once the Rain Jade Rite was a day of great celebration, where we would commemorate the Year of Abundance, using laughter, firecracker battles, and beast dances to frighten the ill omens away. This must appear like naught but a forgotten ruin to the modern mind. Well, not completely forgotten. That's right. People in Xiaoying village told us that it was a mighty Adeptus Fujin who defeated the demons and planted the first tea tree. Back on the bamboo raft, Grandpa Lu also mentioned that the offerings of tea were a certain for a certain carp Adeptus. And wasn't there the opera sung at the Yilong Wharf about carp going around killing stuff? You were so awesome in those stories, Big Sis Fujin. Also, people still do the wushu dance, you know. You said yourself, the definition of Adeptus is... Also, putting definitions aside, you're a friend, Fujin. You shouldn't be constantly fretting about the right and stuff. You should live happily, like we're companions on an adventure. Yeah, that's right, we're on an adventure together. Right. Yes, you're right, thank you. That's all well said. Indeed, I was the one who asked you all for help. It would all do if I just continued wallowing in the past now, would it? In any case, I'll need your help to prepare for the rite itself. I'll have you encountered any sacred simulacra in your adventures. Those were ritual spirits, often used by people in ancient times to protect their homes. There should be some nearby. Lumine, Paimon, Little Mao, please help me put the simulacra in their proper places. That way we can restore the spirit veins using the Rain Jade Rite. Leave it to us. I'll have faith in you. Oh, it's a good thing I did some of the background stuff then. The sacred simulacra. During the earliest festivals, people didn't know how they should carve the statues, and the products turned out a real mess. Even that friend of mine couldn't help but burst into laughter upon seeing it. Sorry about that. I got lost in the past again. Okay, I see a Sealy, as well as possibly an Oceanid. Did I get it? Well, I investigated something. Yeah, it's a crab. Come on, friend. I believe in you. Those are just my blooms. Something goes there. Jade Hall Guide. I understand too. Then please restore me to my rightful position. When the sacred simulacra is secured, the jade may then be offered. Okay, over here then. I'm in a place that has no... Oh, right. This is, Excuse you. I probably don't get access to the vision in this area until I complete this quest. Do I have another one? Must aim. It's the right, then allow me to help too. I'll be enough to place me back on my pedestal, thanks. It's interesting that these have like a little degree of sentience. Don't mistake it. When the sacred simulacra is secured, the jade may be offered. Leave the preparation to the thing to me. This should do it. Let's head back and report to Fujin, shall we? And of course, when I'm standing next to her, I can walk on water. The sacred simulacra is all ready. Thank you both. The votive rain jade has been returned to its priests, and the statues have come back to their rightful places. The rain jade rite is now ready to be performed. But will Chenyu Vale really recover once you cast the rain jade in? That's right. Things will get better for us, little Mao. Nature, jade, humans, all is divinely dictated. The changes in the land and water in Chenyu Vale, the meticulous fog in the spirit veins, they're all essentially a sign the earth is moving against the flow of time. Against the flow of time? Huh, so that miasma-like thing is a manifestation of environmental disorder? That's right, you can think of it like Chenyu Vale's attempt to, how should I put it, return to nature? And what we intend to do here is treat the land and soil and rid it of its sickness. Return to nature. You're not going to flood out the humans, are you? After all, before humans left their caves and mountains to dominate the world and regulate nature, before Chenyu Vale or Bishui River got those names, the land, mountain, and rivers had their own order. Even I sometimes miss the cool mountain streams, and the great rivers that would ebb and flow with the seasons. I mean, I was once a mere fish that swam. But if we let nature seize control of its order once more, the people of Chenyu Vale will suffer and languish. I hope you can understand. Yeah. In that case... I can't tell with the wording if she is going to help us or hurt us. Did it work? The thing in the fog just now. It seems to be too feeble in my current state. It seems I'm too feeble in my current state. We got the votive rain jade and placed the simulacra, but it still wasn't enough. I'm sorry, it's not your fault. I need more power to overcome this trial. Just as the adeptal energy in the votive rain jade is dissipated into the spirit veins, so has my power also left me across the long years. Will you grow really big just like the jade? Probably not. Just think about it though, Super Adeptus Fujin. Now 3 times the size. Well, there was anything we could do to restore your power? Golden Carp? You're wise indeed. Before you found a few golden carp, I could not muster the strength to appear. Initially, I thought that we needed to gather all the ritual implements, and that we could make up for the deficiency in my power. I was not entirely open with you before, but neither the present nor the past me was anywhere near a match for the Adepti of the South. I feared you would consider me weak and unworthy of your help. Gee, is that it? I thought you'd have something more important to say. Huh? There's no way we'd abandon or not make friends with you just because of that. I, the young lady, consider you a friend, not conditional on your status as an Adeptus. That you're my friend has nothing to do with your status as an Adeptus. Can we not talk like official today? My friend told me lots of stories about you. In my mind, even though we just met, we're already friends, and I want you to be happy, Big Sis. Alright, thanks, all of you. Well, that's more like it. So where should we start looking for the golden carp? I believe you'll have to go to Yaudi Valley. There'll be a cavern there with golden carp hidden within. Okay, where is that? It's over here. Yeah, I feel like once we complete this quest, this will eventually maybe start to unlock. Whose side am I on? Oh, we get horsetails? Maybe that's what was in the thing. More miasma. Okay, so I need to defeat these ones with the glowy orb. I can ignore the rest. And that dispels the miasma and instantly kills the rest of the mobs. I think. Provided I don't have that happen. I'll hate them. You're eating all my eggs, dude.
The hunt is on.
Ooh, I thought that was meant to turn your shots into ice. Didn't it used to? The longer I'm out here. I'll hate them, eat your egg. For some reason there's like a little bit of a delay. And like using items and stuff anymore. Ever since one of the patches, it's had a little bit of a delay to items, or it doesn't interpret it right, as if it thinks you're trying to open a menu. Please, everyone, do enter. Fujin, what's this, what's that called again? Your abode? I suppose you consider a place like that the herb lord and I made.
Where do you want this stuff delivered to?
Either way, I hope the sacred simulacra here will cause you little something. I might also change my party. Just because I'm A, struggling a little, and B, I want to... It says I'm close to the end of this quest, so I want to finish this chapter, hopefully, before I have to, like, quit and edit. Do you have anything you want to talk about? I am the butler of this place and responsible for the management of the master's abode. It also very quickly lets me collect a bunch of stuff. Shrooms. So many mushrooms. A mushroom question mark? Hey.
Attaboy!
I mean, technically it's a fungi, but what are you doing here? This ain't Sumeru. Adeptus notes 1. The branch she planted keeps growing. It seems the water and soil of the cave are quite nutritious. Maybe in a few years, if it grows a little bigger, that medicine jar will be too small for the young tree. She connected the door opening mechanism with the jar branch and it's placed in breathing life, giving adeptal energy to said mechanism. It seems the jar containing the mechanism was damaged a long time ago. I wonder if the door can still open and close. Okay. So there's a thing there. Ancient notes. The content is blurry and only a few incomplete sentences written in elegant handwriting are legible. As the vivid butterflies converge on the jar, the adeptal energy surges anew, akin to new life restored within the wither tree. Go west and behold Lingshu Courtyard and... Behold Courtyard. I wonder if I can borrow you and put you somewhere else. Like if I put him up here instead, maybe. Check the clues nearby. I got it! I can talk about things. If you're going to enter Master Study, remember not to touch the stone slate. It's something very important to master. I mean, that's how I got in, though. That one's been destroyed. Something punched right into it. We're here, Big Sis Fujin. Have you been waiting for us all this time? No. After leaving Carp's Rest, I can only appear in places where my power remains, and only by the grace of your adeptal energy. Wait a minute. Didn't the gap in the middle of the mural originally have something that went with the golden carp mural in it? I'm not sure. The truth, this is my first time seeing this mural as well. Huh? I'm sure you've all heard the battles that took place in the past. Conria, the Archon War. Yes, this cave is one of the shelters built for the inhabitants of Chenyu Vale, such that the innocents caught in the crossfire when the floods overturned the heavens and the earth split open could have a place for safety. I didn't expect they'd draw a mural here, though. I believe one's depicting to be me. I mean, the big slippery carp Little Mal mentioned as a friend. If that's the case, why did most important part get taken away somewhere else? That's true. Why is that? Perhaps dissatisfaction. The three of us were once great friends, and two of us become worshipped as adepti, and one of us was always the mountain's master. Later, Herblord and I defected together, and she most likely died too, or perhaps the one amongst us fought to the last, never submitted, and only heard news of us afterwards. Perhaps to her we were all traitors, with the deceptions of myself and Herblord becoming an object of her to vent her fury against. Is that really the case? The painting outside looked like... Who knows? In any case, it's all in the past. Yeah, because the fish was part of that mural, wasn't it? And it was intact. So please, lend me your strength in nursing Chenyu Vale back to health. I feel that there's another gold carp lingering where I used to, near Mount Shilulin, I believe. If we get that one, I should have enough strength to perform the ritual. Speaking of that, I must apologize for being unable to control the golden carp. Even with you nearby, I know they might have given you some trouble swimming through the air like that. It was somewhat troublesome, yes. It's fine. Think of him like a Sealy. But really, where's the golden carp that should be here? Well, inside the painting. Just use your adeptal energy to awaken it. According to what Fujin said, we should use the adeptal energy on the drawing. Whoops. Sorry. Needn't worry about the whereabouts of the golden carpfish. I'll bring it to where it needs to be. Well then, my three friends, let us meet at Mount... Xiao something. Yeah, because this is going to be like a part 2 area. I can grab this really quick. This is how I harvest them, right? But I think it's about to get noisy here, so I might need to split thine pots as soon as I light some lanterns. Where's the other lanterns? Over here? Yeah, it's gonna get too noisy, darn it.
Hello, free money. Goodbye, working for a living.
I'd like to not have to edit today, but it appears I'm going to have to edit today. Or make it into its own part? I don't know. I'm still technically in part 2 of this, but I feel like just like before, I'm going to accidentally bump into the rest of it, so it's a hard sell for me whether I want to split the parts or not. Do I want to make this its own video, or do I want to make this 2 parts? I'll probably make it 1 part. Just make it concise. It's already been broken up enough. So, gonna pause and be back later. Okay, I'm back. Let's continue with exploring Mount Shulian. Let's teleport over there, since apparently it's a little further away. talk to Little Mao.
There's a pavilion here on the mountain.
It's a rather Adepti style.
My mom wonders where we'll find that golden carp. This place is kind of huge.
Maybe we can do what we did last time. You know, the bit where you used Adeptal energy on the mural and the carp turned out to be hiding inside? Look, there's 4 stone carp statues here. Do you think there might be 4 giant carps hiding inside?
That does make sense. You're pretty smart, Little Mao.
Lumine, is the Adeptal energy reacting in any way? Not at all. But there does seem to be something missing inside.
Huh, that might be where the critical clue lies.
I mean, over there. It looks as if there's an orb inside one of the carp statues. Didn't we find some statues of carp and a large pearl on the way down the mountain? Maybe those are actually used for something. A real pearl of wisdom. Have I really been hanging around Sino? Did Sino spare some of his shrooms for me? It's worth a try. Good job, Little Mao.
Well, let's give it a go then.
Okay, find the pearls. One says it's really nearby. Oh, but it's like way down. Way, way down. But what do I do about it? Oh, do I have to get the incense to go through all of these? Probably okay. Aim, sort of, maybe? How do I... Now I can do that, but before it wasn't letting me.
The plastoid's position changed after we got the hairpin with our Adeptal energy.
Yes, but how do I can change that one. But that's not the one I was worried about. I was trying to see if I could fire the light from this one. Can I change it back? Oh, here it comes. Now it comes to me. But I still need to get it through that somehow. I think. Is it so long as I'm like within range? Maybe it's coming from this. Yeah, but then it's gonna miss the other ones. Oh, but I can put it in here. So, pass the puck? But then I have no idea how the heck I'm gonna... Ooh. Get it more in line with this. If I even did? Where am I going? I don't understand. I guess I did it. Only to immediately fail. Okay, Carp Spirit Orb. That's one. There's a thing here. Oh, is this what these look like? Do they just look like balls? Is that why I was having such a hard time seeing them? Nope, it was something else. Spirit Carp, it was blue. Okay, what about for this one? This one looks like it has a little owl buddy. Please move me away so that I may return to my floating stone platform. Is this your floating stone platform? I don't think so. Floating platform. But it won't have me put him here. Away from the waterfall. Floating platform. Is it this? No. Then what do you want me to do with this? This is like something totally different. Because that's a platform, but it's not the right one. Unless I like put you here and then it floats later. I feel like there's something I can do with that, but I don't know what it is. Oh, did that change it somehow? What did I grab? No, not that. I see. It needs to be there, but I need to get this and put it somewhere first. But where will you let me place it? Where can I place you that you won't make a fuss? Because it's not even letting me place it. It's... Normally with this, when I grab this one, it lets me try and place them, but apparently it's completely freaking out. Because I see the owl needs to go over here, and this probably needs to go up here, but it wasn't letting me do the mechanics? Because, like, I have it, but now it won't let me place it. When I try, it just activates this. Maybe there's something I can put it to rise this up? No, it's just him reacting to that. Because I feel like I would have to do something to get that to rise up. But it won't interact with this. It won't let me drop it whatsoever, actually. Maybe I can try and put the owl on this particular statue? It won't let me. As long as it's here, it won't. Well, technically I returned you to your floating stone platform, kind of. It just won't let me perfectly do a thing. Yeah, you respawned up there. Buddy guy, dude. I feel like this needs to go somewhere, but it's like not letting me put it down. Because it only lets me interact with this. If I get you like right in the center. And then immediately, hurry, 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 hurry. No, it respawns him. Will it sink me if I'm on it? Please move the waterfall above me away. Honey, I am trying. Oh, there it goes. Damn. It was all the way up there. That was a little hard to find. Balance has been restored. Okay, carp orb. Sort of. Should be active now, right? Let's try collecting it with our adeptal energy. Oh, I had to activate it. Underneath the waterfall. I see.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
But yeah, I couldn't find where to put the waterfall for the longest time. I didn't realize there was a spot up there that I'd be able to see. I see there's like a little nodule. This one's a little easier to figure that part out. Okay, put the water over there. So now it's touching a thing. Now we probably need to take the carp and put it under the waterfall. Did I do it? Was it a success? We have all 3 orbs. Let's put them back at the carp at the pavilion. Oh, you know what? I just realized the audio is really low. I'm so sorry. Oh, no way to go back and do that. Redo that. Anyway, should be back now. Give the carp the pearls. It's because I was recording Sly Cooper earlier. My apologies for the poor hospitality. It's been a long time since I enjoyed tea with others. Hopefully my brewing skills have not deteriorated too much over time. One day, I have some experience with appreciating tea. It was also thanks to this that I was able to tell this year's tea offering smelled off. That was how I discovered the trouble with the soil and the water quality. I don't think the offering rites would be so useful. Looks like it wasn't some sort of meaningless tradition after all. I suppose now I can tell those who fail to appreciate the value of the tea above its value with confidence. Come, Lumine, let's have some tea. Is this your teapot, Fujin? Not sure why, but it reminds me of Madame Ping's. Yeah, that was that time in Liyue Harbor when we fixed Madame Ping's teapot for her. If you think about it, we seem to have quite a connection with tea. Madame Ping? Ah, I think I know of whom you speak. We were acquainted back in the day along with her friends. As Little Mouse said, I was once a giant carp, unable to leave fresh water for too long, nor live in salty waters. As such, they sent me to one of these teapots. That was how my friends would have been able to take me, inside the teapot of course, to Guili Plains and Liyue Harbor, to meet those lovely people they spoke of. Unfortunately, such a time never quite came. Lumine and Paimon, you've been to Liyue Harbor. Could you tell me more about the city? I'd like to hear about it too. I've never been. Paimon would like to start from the Wanmin restaurant. How about I handle the explanations this time? Sure, but don't you dare skip over any of the eating bits. It's a port city built nestled against the mountains. You begin only for Fujin to interrupt you. She notes that she'd like to hear your Liyue story. You understand and begin again. When we arrived in Liyue Harbor, Paimon and I were just in time for the rite of dissension. The child and Adeptus before you listen to your words, and Paimon's incessant interjections leaning forward as you speak, exclaiming in shock and relaxing as the tension of the tale rises and falls. They add to your own commentary and questions about Liyue, such as the food and flavors available at restaurants, the toys the old lady sells, the games and jewelry of Feiyun Slope and such. Yeah, when I first arrived, I killed God. As you watch Fujin, Little Mao, and Paimon be so moved from the tale, well, technically he just dropped out of the sky dead. Along this journey, we met many friends. And we experienced so many things. I can only hope that in the end, it'll all be worth it. Wow, a sea monster, huh? Amazing. Liyue Harbor is not what I imagined. Do you find it disappointing? Well, no, just different. Being different doesn't make it bad. I like the Leeway Harbor you described. It's good to hear that after all this time, our dear Herb Lord was able to find a home there. I think that is simply wonderful. You miss him? What about you, little Mao? Could you tell me about you and your friend? I'm curious to know what she's like. Sure. Paimon and Lumine have you met her already, so it wouldn't be fair if I didn't tell you. So this is how we met. At the time, I was still a little kid who didn't know anything about the mountains. It was nighttime, and some of the wild beasts were following me through the forest. It was super scary. Finally, I was chased to a clearing and surrounded by those beasties. For a moment, I was convinced I was going to get eaten, but suddenly, they all blacked off into the woods, and then they were gone. When I looked back, there she was, looking at me. She was like Jade, but there was a dignity to her. I knew it then, that she was the master of the mountain that my grandparents had told me about. I wasn't scared. I just told her, I finally found you. I've been looking for you for so long. I did not know why, but she lowered her head in thought before walking off. She made no noise as she did so. I listened as hard as I could, but there was no sound of anything stepping on the branches of fallen leaves. After that, I would sometimes catch sight of her, moving between trees in a flash. Sometimes the rising moonlight would outline her shadow as she stood high atop the mountain. At that time, I thought it strange. Why hadn't I seen her before? She was always there, after all. I wanted to talk to her, but she would always turn and leave. It was only after that she became willing to talk to me. Much later on, she would take me very high up in the mountains and into very deep forests. She asked me a lot of questions, and in exchange, she told me lots of stories. In the beginning, Qiaoying Village was a nameless barren mountain, and the rivers had a real temper. Sometimes they'd flood, and other times they would all but wither, and on the barren mountain she made 2 friends, a fish and a snake. Oh, is he the snake? But later the snake was cut to pieces and the fish sank into the sea, and then only Bluey was left. Thank you, little Mao. Also, don't tell anyone about my friend, alright? Of course we won't. You seem quite familiar with this friend of little Mao's, Fujin. Indeed. But that was all in my past life. Many, many years have passed since I could no longer move freely. I suspect that I might not recognize her any longer, though from little Mao's words, she might not have changed too much.
Past life?
Perhaps this is not the most accurate way to phrase it. I did not utterly perish, but I did lose my original form, and my strength and wisdom dissipated along the spirit veins. This is also why I invited you and Lumine to Carp's Rest. If we're not there, I would not even have a form to show you or a voice of which to speak to you. It's thanks to you that I've been able to slowly regain my previous strength. Coming here and once more seeing these scenes with my own eyes, meeting old friends from the past, and more importantly making new friends. I'm very glad. How did you die? My memories of that have grown foggy. The Herb Lord and I were both servants of another god, and it was I that organized the Rain Jade Rite, administering the rivers and mountains for our lord. As for the other, she was, and she is, a beast, wild and free. In those peaceful days, I also climbed waterfalls to Mount Aosang and Mount Hulao, and there I met with the Adepti, whose powers and wisdom far eclipsed mine. Of course, that was all before the war. Our lord was a heinous being by any means. Once upon a time, she made many dreams come true. If there was any evil, it was the Archon War itself. What happened next needs no further explanation on my part, I'm sure. You talk about how you and Herb Lord defected. That's right. That might have been the bravest thing we've ever done. Our lord had all but gone mad, seeking the position of a god who may rule this world, or perhaps seeking survival. Either way, she had lacked the power to overcome Morax. So in a final desperate gamble, she caused the Bishui River to flood, hoping to destroy everything downstream. Of course she knew what that would mean for Chenyu Vale and its people. Yeah, I guess Morax too had to smite a lot of gods that were here prior to him.
Well, but Paimon thinks that's something you should never ever do, period.
Perhaps. That's just what war does to people. Either way, that was our final adventure as a trio of friends. Ningyuan attacked people with her familiars, urging them to the shelter we had prepared. Herblord fought against the mistress, while I climbed Mount Lingmeng and hurled the votive Rain Jade into the rising waters. Of course, that wasn't a proper Rain Jade rite. It was simply the release of the adeptal energy stored within the Jade Pendant to have the earth open its maw and swallow the rivers, and allowed the Jade Mouth to grow and stabilize the flow.
Wow, what happened next?
Didn't little Mao tell you about how it all ended?
Yeah. That's right. Wait, really? When?
Alright, that's enough about the past. We should get back to performing the rite itself. True, but what about the golden carp? Isn't that what we're here looking for? In truth, you've already found it. As with the previous one, that's how I was able to appear before you. It's just that I missed the scenery here a bit too much, so I couldn't help but have a long chat with you all. After all, your sense of time and mine are not the same. You won't tarry long once your objectives are complete, will you? As such, I apologize. Please forgive my capriciousness. Maybe she just wanted to spend a little bit more time with her friend. Oh, so you were inside the teapot. Dang it.
Anything you like?
Well, I mean, technically. Who was I raising artifacts of before? What about you? Some of these aren't great. Some are better than others. Like, this is probably decent, but I don't know how I feel about raising it, because I could get a better one in the meantime. Healing bonus is something I could put towards for now. Especially since once I start clearing out the zone, I'll be able to play as her. It's kind of a crappy artifact, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't have any good stat rolls. Is it even... No, let's not use our stuff for that. I just wanted to get it out of here, but see if I rolled any higher or better stats. I did not. I rolled bad stats.
Everyone hold hands.
Can I read you? It's something I always forget to do with Nikita is I forget that I can read people. I don't know if they've done anything with it in a couple years now, though. It's kind of a defunct ability. Though my power is still a far cry from how it was in the past, thanks to your aid, I've regained much strength. Thank you. Next we need to perform the ceremony. What effects will it have? It's been thousands of years since we last performed it, and the mountains, rivers, and spirit veins have all changed a great deal. If all goes well, the votive rain jade will resolve the issue. Well then, let's begin. I just don't want it to flood. Something broken in there. Can't tell what it is, though. The fog is dissipating. Oh, weird. It's like it went all transparent there. Whoa, what is that? Maybe something from the ancient civilization? Oh, it's just like in the mural. Do you remember Paimon? The one with the two golden people and something in between them. You're really impressive, little Mao. Paimon didn't remember that at all. Behold the sacred mountain. In my era, to merely climb it was already to transgress, but the ancestral inhabitants of this place are gone, and the communing path lies in waste and broken. Who shall judge us now? That's where the spirit veins of Chenyu Vale converge. Through it, I can transmit my adeptal energy throughout the Vale, restoring its water and its soil. We are only one step off from achieving our goal. Are you prepared? Let's do this. Indeed. Ancient sacrifice of ancient brocade. Trails of Lyshin added to the archive. And about this, can I interact with this now? Guessing it's gonna maybe take us all the way up. Because there is a waypoint up here. Or not. It's below me. Never mind. But then how in the actual... I guess there? Let's fish blast our way to the top. Klee would approve. What's this? This one seems to be blocked. Collect 21 geoparticles within 40 seconds. Oh, I gotta do it as the fish, maybe? Oh no, yeah, sort of. Oh, I gotta do it again. Oh, I can't see past the tree. I'm gonna have to hope.
Curiosity deserves a reward.
There's one there. No! I overshot it! Okay, made it to the top. These are both on different sides. How the heck? Unless I'm just drastically overthinking it. Drastically overthinking it. Yeah, I thought it wouldn't want me to land more over there, but... Ooh. Wants me to bring this. Or does it? Resonate with me. Come here. See another pot over there too. Why up so high? Oh, you can really see Celestia from here. Doesn't want me to see both. Have to assume it wants me here. Or there, probably, actually. Let's put that there. That's where I was. And then here.
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding.
This is not where I'm supposed to be? Oh, maybe it wants me back down there. Weird. Okay, apparently I went too far. I'm sorry, treasure hunting got the best of me. I was apparently too eager. Jiwang Peak. Could have swore I saw another blue thing in the distance, though. Is it here? Yeah, down there. One of my collectibles. Spirit Carp. This ice kind of reminds me a little bit of Dragon Spine. If it's ice. Maybe it's crystal. Please come with me.
Fujin, why'd you turn into a carp again?
His form is easier to move around in. She remains determined to restore nature. How else could she?
Huh? Sorry, who now?
Let's get rid of the miasma here and move on first. Explanations can wait. Probably this.
Busted.
I'll settle this.
Quietly now.
Okay, let's dissipate it. Who's got the thing now?
Take it easy.
You do.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
This might hurt a little.
Please keep in mind too, I am doing this after a period of several days, so I might not remember every single mechanic.
I wonder who this gift could be from.
Had a really bad heat wave this week, so I haven't been able to play any games for a couple days. My poor PC would probably explode. Wait up, fish! That's why I haven't gotten to my editing either. I know I meant to be restoring some Genshin parts, but when you don't have the time or ability to do them, you just don't. Ling Yuan, I perceived it would be you, and I do miss you. So, but this really might be a bad time.
So Bluey is named Ling Yun?
Ling Yuan? Don't be like that. Speak with me. The opportunity to speak will come, but it is not now. You know this. I know this, but I cannot allow it. Just wait just a little while longer. It will end soon. I do not like the things up there, but it does not matter. Just leave it to me, Fujin. Do not come up here.
Yikes, where'd these guys come from?
Lu and Kaiming. Cannot waste time here, I fear.
Everyone hold hands.
I wonder if they're like an actual species that live up here.
Hands up. Fun is over.
Stand with me.
Like maybe humans destroyed their original home. Even that's like why I preferred the tea before the humans, maybe. Up here again, fancy that. I'm quite sorry for not being completely frank with you earlier. Though I became aware of it during our travels, I did not wish to believe that my old friend Ling Yuan would be the source of the storm that buffets Chenyu Vale. I actually had an inkling already, so that's what's going on. It's one of them. I don't know if it's the beast or not, though. She, Herb Lord, and I once defended Chenyu Vale together. To think that she would do something so wicked. Her disruption of the spirit veins has caused the miasma to propagate, and the one who stopped me from performing the rite in the first place was also her.
But big sis Fujin, Bluey, I mean, Ling Yuan isn't a bad person.
I know, little Mao, she is your friend, but at this time she's the greatest threat to Chenyu Vale. If she controls this sacred mountain, she will wield the power to completely alter the land of Chenyu Vale in the blink of an eye. I fear that Ling Yuan has already entered Chiwang Terrace before us. She is meant to rewrite the flow in the path of the spirit veins. We have little time left. Ren, you have mastered the adeptal energy available here in Chenyu Vale. Ling Yuan and her familiars will not be your match. Please accompany me for a time and aid me. For the sake of the people of Chenyu Vale, I'll perform a ritual and open the way to Chingwan Terrace. Please stay by my side. Protect me. So long as it's not a literal escort mission.
Our bond is strong.
Oh, do one of you have spirit energy over the others? I can't tell.
Really?
Maybe it's only after I defeat all of them.
Stand with me.
This one didn't seem to release any energy. But there's stuff there.
Take it easy.
Like I said, maybe it only appears after I defeat so many?
Everyone hold hands.
Out of my way.
Hyper Bloom, go burr! Why won't you listen to me? Will you not wait? Oh, that's a beast. Your strength is feeble. You cannot match me. But do not worry. You will soon recover. Ningyuan, say no more. Lumine and I will stop you. We'll stop this plan to destroy Chenyu Vale. The ritual is complete. The gate to Chiwang Terrace is now open. The world seems to spin for a moment. When you open your eyes once more, you're already above the clouds. When Ningyuan changes the direction of the spirit vein, miasmic simulacra will be continuously generated. The simulacra will deal continuous damage to nearby characters. When Ningyuan is gathering Hydro or Anemo Adeptal energy, if there is any miasmic simulacra still present, Ningyuan will gather all of them as well to power up that attack. Use Adeptal energy to eliminate the simulacra. If all miasmic simulacra are eliminated before Ningyuan gathers up Adeptal energy, the spirit veins will stabilize once more, reviving all party members and granting them the protection of the spirit veins for a short duration. While the spirit veins protection is active, all party members' attack will be increased and they will continuously be healed. Freeze Lingyuan while she is gathering Hydro Adeptal energy, and then use Shatter, Melt, or other elemental reactions to break the ice and briefly immobilize her. At least I have a Geo character on me. Attack Lingyuan with elemental type attacks that undergo elemental reactions with Anemo to break the spirit wind pearl she summons and gain some immobilization effect. I don't have some of those elements though.
Here comes the cash. Quietly now.
The Temple of Wisdom. Whoa! Take.
Our bond is strong.
I wonder if this will be a one-time boss or if it's going to be a recurring one. Yes, mechanics. What are they at this level? Ningyuan. Human, let me tell you what you shall do. Fire arrows at my heart. If you approach up close, strike me with your sword. I will fight you to the last. You are the only one here who can fight. When I have crushed your neck, I will triumph. No, I don't intend to kill you. Why? Do you not understand? You've already lost. You're Fujin's friend. Fine. You may ask me one question.
You really still care about doing things like that even though you lost, huh?
Then let us exchange questions. Little Mao, do you have any questions?
Bluey, why did you have to fight? Can't we all be friends?
You bunch of two-legged. And you, Fujin, you have not the strength to form 2 legs of your own, yet you wish to walk in their form and speak to me. But how can humans and wild beasts ever be friends?
That's not true, Bluey. You're lying. If that's the case, why don't you just let those beasts eat me back then? If humans and beasts can't be friends, and you're a beast, you shouldn't have helped me.
My actions are sometimes beyond even my own understanding. You are merely fortunate.
Well, why don't you just eat the mountain as well? She almost bumped into you while you lost the fog, and at the foot of the mountain I saw it.
You humans possess much wisdom that even nature submits to your will. In that case, you tell me, why didn't I eat her?
What kind of question is that?
Mount Lyshan is dear to the Adeptus Fujin. Let us just assume you are correct. She has told me much about the Rain Jade Rite. Perhaps those memories affected my actions. You actually remembered everything I told you. Every year before the rite, you would tell me, and that white snake, how expectant you were, and how nervous. And after the rite, you would tell us about the festivities, and it was so fun and lively.
You would always speak, and I could not help but listen. Only humans forget. I forget nothing. You've cleared this doubt of mine. Now you may ask a question. Well, Adeptus Fujin, have you any questions? Thank you, Lumine. Just a while back, Ling Yuan and I was telling them about stories of our past. Why do you wish to wreck Chenyu Vale, whom we once fought so hard to protect? You planted tea trees, promising to enjoy tea with us. This too I remember, but that sort of tea no longer exists. I want to change this land. I want to make it like it was all those millennia ago. You have walked with humans for far too long. You've forgotten that you, I, and the snake all come from nature. I know that you never truly perished, and you did not depart this place like the snake. So I wish to change this place to the form it had when you were born. All those years, I have been slowly adjusting with the spirit veins. Oh, I get it. So that's where the miasma came from. Correct. Side effects. In the end, the process will change the soil, the water in the forest, to what they should have been. What the soil, waters, and forest should have been? You've truly forgotten the past. The rivers rose and fell with the rains, and their path was not fixed. The tea trees and flowers were not trimmed or cultivated, nor did they exist for humanity. In such an environment you would regain your old form, and frolic once more in the great rivers. You would regain your strength. Spiritual power blanketed the land in those days. The wild shrubs grew thick. Now the mountains and forests are silent, and the shimmering voice of the spring waters tinkling like jade can be heard no longer. But you don't understand. You still think you must stop me. Ningyuan, I count myself more blessed than most to have lived such a happy life, and in the end my soul returned home. You're not the one who does not understand. You are the one who does not understand. Yes, and I have never understood. After you defeated me, you should have taken my territory. You planted tea on my mountain and gave that land to the humans. I did not understand why you did this. Chenyu Vale was once but a nameless land, and we were nearly nameless insects, beasts, and fish. I was the master of an uncultivated mountain, and today that place belongs to neither of us. You took a human form and walked among them. You instituted the Rain Jade Rite, and helped them change the soil and water. I did not understand then either, but I could see how happy you were. The snake changed into a human form and used her knowledge to create medicines and save the sick. I could understand how the agile human fingers could help her do what she wished, but I do not know why it was done. What happened after caused me still more confusion. You fought alongside humans and their so-called gods, and you perished. Humans fighting each other over territory and survival. Now that I can understand. You both belonged to the great river and the mountains of the forest. You could have chosen to leave them and live with me. Let that which is human belong to them, and nature belong to nature. Even if our territory were to shrink, we could still live freely. But now you wish to stop me and defeat this land subdued by humanity? Answer me. Why defend this land subdued by humanity? Ling Yuan, my friend, it's as you say, I do wish to protect them. Do not answer me with my own question. I was asking you why.
This Ling Yuan might be a beast, but she cares about the order of things, huh?
I know. That's how I learned so much from her. So you guys were just discussing stuff in the mountains?
No, not totally. That said, after hearing everything Bluey said about Big Sis Fujin, I thought they'd be happy to meet each other.
At first I was like you. I did not understand humanity, and I did not enjoy their excessive demands and love of hoarding, or their eternal desire to have more than they need, while caring so little for the needy themselves. Trading, wealth, like you, I did not understand these concepts, and did not understand why they influence human joy and sorrow. But across the long years, I've also seen many other things. The cries of children break my heart, and the sound of an old person's shattered memory saddens me, just as the thought it were all a microcosm of the mountains and rivers. Have you noticed them? Seen them? The children who wash their little feet in the streams, fishermen laughing beneath the light of the rainbow's arc, the moonlight tourists of lovebirds, their figures painted silver. Humans, too, are creatures of this land. Just how different is their innocence from ours? You mean to say that you've chosen to take their side due to these emotions, not through natural principles or logic, and not due to anyone's orders? I suspect the Herb Lord had much the same reasons as I. That said, I'm sure she'd put it all very differently. I remain unsatisfied with your answer, Fujin. I do not understand. Do you not? I think you've understood for a long time. When our previous god raised the waters, it was you who brought your familiars around to attack the people and drive them to shelters that we had created. I just wish to help my friends, to make their wishes reality. Even if doing so means going against nature and the principles you follow. If it means going against nature's and the principles I follow, I would do so anyways. Well, then we aren't all that different now, are we? Didn't you also choose your own position on account of your feelings? I'm satisfied with your answer, Fujin. Now you may ask a question. Very well. May I ask the next question, Lumina Paimon? Wasn't it Paimon's turn? I guess ask away.
Paimon can't really think of any good questions at the moment. Since you got one, you go right ahead.
You acknowledge my answer, acknowledged me, and acknowledged that you made choices based on your own feelings. Now let me ask you. No, don't ask. You know what I'm going to ask you, right? If I need your help, would you still make the same choice? That's right. And what is your answer? Yes, I would. Even should another 1,000 years pass, and even if you asked me 1,000 more times, my answer would be the same. In that case, Ling Yuan, I do in fact need your help. I truly wish to save the people of Chenyu Vale, so please, don't stop me from nursing the water and soil, alright? I promise you, Fujin. You've walked with humans for much time, and have learned their cunning, while I am but a foolish beast. My claws and teeth are sharp, but I'm no match for you. Thank you, Ling Yuan. And thank you, Lumine, Paimon, and Little Mao. You've accompanied me for so long, and you've helped me a lot. I wouldn't have made it here without you. I'm just happy to have helped you, Big Sis. I'm so glad that Bluey got to meet you all, too. I was worried when you fought. You also have my thanks. It was you who brought Fujin to me, though the circumstances of the meeting were not what I hoped for.
And what about Paimon?
What about Paimon? Alright then, let us begin. Maybe this is our full size?
Big Sis Fujin. Big Sis. Where'd she go?
You still not understand. She used all the energy she accumulated recently to nurse the land.
Wait, if that's the case, does that mean...
Yes, it's as you suspect.
But she struggled so hard to...
Though we've now finished nursing the soil and water, the miasma that remains will not disappear immediately, so you have to be careful out there.
Huh?
Sorry for making you all see me like this. It's just as Ling Yuan said, I've completely used up the energy I accumulated recently, and I can no longer maintain my favored form.
It was phrased as if you were dead. Paimon thought that... What's wrong? Nothing, it's nothing. Paimon's glad you're still here, Adeptus Fujin. Seriously, Ling Yuan.
What about me? She wasn't entirely wrong, Paimon, as long as you're still here, Adeptus Fujin. Though my form is as it has become, I'm far more comfortable than before. At first I was trapped at Carp's Rest, and could only reminisce about the outside world through the scent of the tea offerings. If I had not met you and Paimon, people of such compatibility with the spirit veins, I would have had none but my shadow to talk to, much less be able to leave Carp's Rest. Thank you for your concern. Please forgive me, but I must depart now. I need a bit of rest. And another thing, Ling Yuan. Speak, what else would you have me do? Or not do? Visit every once in a while. Nothing. I just didn't get to say it due to the circumstances that prevailed earlier, but it's so good to see you again. I know. Thank you all.
Where did that one come from?
I should thank you for bringing me back here. Safe, smooth, and slippery. Even the way in which her fins move is the same as I remember.
You sure have a strange way of remembering people, or fish, whichever.
I do not know how you did it, nor why you were able to obtain her adeptal energy. All those thousands of years, and I never once heard her voice.
It might be due to Lumine's unique constitution.
I see. However, I'm but a foolish beast. Even if I wanted to see her again, I would not know of a better way. I could only spend thousands of years clumsily imitating her methods, regulating the spirit veins in this land. I am quite stupid, and I only knew this method, and so I did it. It was akin to scooping every droplet from a rushing river, or every grain of sand from the vast desert. I knew it as well that she would not smile as she once did, even if the mountains returned to how they once were. She and I, and the snake god, once laughed and swam happily here. Those days will never come again. She loves humanity too much, even more than she loves herself. Had I succeeded, she would only hate me. But that would not have mattered to me, so long as she could regain her form and swim free once more.
And Paimon thought you were more concerned about nature.
Of course I care. A land untamed by humans, a land of wild beasts, but that's a different subject from the matter of Fujin. If she thinks that a land tamed by humans is better, and that the strange tea leaves that grow on the land taste superior, then I shall do what pleases her. So thank you.
You're welcome. Well, speaking of that, Paimon's curious. What did the tea leaves taste like in the past?
When the land changed before, the tea leaves' flavor was much closer to what it was in the past, apart from some differences due to human influence.
So what you mean is that the weirdly flavored tea cakes we had were...
In that case, I prefer the current flavor profile. Tea leaves cultivated by humanity will be more to their liking, of course. What I do not understand is Fujin's taste. If the snake was here, we could ask for her opinion, but perhaps her tastes have also become strange from spending too much time with humans.
I'm kind of wondering if it's Changsheng,
who is oh, what's his name? What's it? Not Bailu. Was it Bailu? The Dendro user that works with Chi-Chi at the pharmacy. Baiju? I forget. But I wonder if his snake is maybe the snake that we're talking about. Before you go, I have one final question for you. Although that implies that she was human at one point and turned back into a snake. Those that come from nature will, for some reason, go against nature, against the laws of nature originally followed. Will humans go against humanity, against the principles they initially followed for certain reasons? Depends on the circumstance. You may as well have just said yes. It depends on the people and the time period. Thank you. I received the answer I desired. Well then, little Mao, Lumine, and Paimon, we shall meet again.
Alright then, see you later, Bluey. Also, remember to take care of Big Sis Fujin. She seems kinda weak right now, so she could use some extra care.
I will. Farewell. Please wait, Lingyuan. I have a question for you as well. Then, ask then. I do owe you that. If human activities are part of the laws of nature, how would you view humanity? A strange question. In the distant past, they were indeed part of nature, but they are so no longer. That is because... No, I need to give this question more thought. Next we meet, I'll give you my answer. Yes, what makes our evolution so different than the rest of nature's? Gotta be careful of that. There's a quest right there. I don't know if that one was there before.
Oh, you're back. We were just saying that the good rainfall is bound to bring good tidings. And what you know, dear guest, you arrived right on time. How did it go? Well, I trust. Tell us all about it.
It was thanks to Adeptus Fujin we were able to clear the source of the anomalies. You explain what happened to Grandpa Lu and Uncle Luo. So you met the legendary Carp Adeptus? Oh my, as one would expect from the young miss of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. You really do have friends in high places. It was a piece of cake. Now your water and soil problem should be no more.
Well, old Luo, what do you say? I told you it was a soil problem, but you wouldn't listen. If it wasn't for them, who knows when our tea leaf problem would be solved?
Regardless, thank you both for your help, honored guests. With your help, and the protection of the Carp Adeptus, I'm sure our village will surely see a great harvest of tea leaves this coming year. Ah, yes, please take these. Take it as a token of our thanks.
Right, my mom almost forgot. We came across this kid during our adventures. Is he from the village too? Uncle Luo, I'm back.
Well, if it isn't you, little Mao, finally of a mind to come back, huh?
You don't seem worried at all.
And what was there to fret about? This kid runs around in the mountains all the time, and he always comes back safe after getting tired. If you ask me, there's been an Adeptus looking after him in secret all along. You know, maybe that might even have been said Carp Adeptus.
I've said it before, it wasn't an Adeptus, it was Bluey.
All right, little Mao, don't argue with Luo here. He's just pretending to know what he's talking about. Come by my place later. I'll make you some egg custard.
Woo, egg custard!
And now you pretend to be a good person? Wait, what do you mean pretending to know? In any case, I don't really know how to repay you, dear guests. If you should need any help in the future, Qiaoying Village will be here to lend you a hand.
Chenyu's Blessings of Sunken Jade complete. There we go. One big story quest. The ending ended up getting a lot longer than I expected it would be too, so it's probably a good thing that I split it. But yeah, we get to learn a little bit more about the land and the waters here. I genuinely thought that she would end up being an Oceanid, but I guess not. But there we go. We've cleared another one off the menu. It's just a little shorter now. So I don't know if I'll have time to get to any other ones before the summer event starts, because it should start probably next week. So that's probably going to eat up my time. I might record another Natlan one in between, which is why I'm going to take one quick look, see if I can find literally any more characters to hopefully not miss them. Don't see any here, because I just want to be really, really certain. I know Petrichor is going to be like its own bigger area than just that. Had to come back and like try and do dailies and stuff. So yeah, I feel so much like I'm potentially missing one, but I just don't see the characters on the map for the rest of the one quest. I don't see any in Liwa. Stone Forest is clear, because I'm looking for circle ones like this, but these are obviously bosses. I'm looking for circle ones with character faces on them. This is clear. This is probably going to be Nodcry up here. Like, I'm guessing right in here is going to be Nodcry. Or just up top to spread into it, and then Snezhnaya, because Mondstadt is technically supposed to be cold. It's just that Vinte's powers keep the winds from blowing in. So, nothing else there. I'm just trying to be really thorough about it. Okay. Inazuma. I don't see anything left at the shrines. This is all clear. I've gone over it multiple times too, in my own time, to look at like the islands and stuff just to make sure nothing is here, but yeah, I don't know how big Nodcry is going to be either. Like, is it going to be the size of like one of these islands, or is it going to be just absolutely gargantuan? Because sometimes we get stuff that's like, oh, that size, and then we get stuff that's like so yeah, that appears to be everything for now, and since I've technically completed 2 quests, I could take a go at pulling for a character. Her weapon's actually quite pretty. It looks very similar to the weapon I'm trying to build in Final Fantasy XIV. I doubt I'm gonna get Mavuika, but this should hopefully put towards investments of future characters. I've already got you. Alright, that's a repull, because there's no other weapons, and it's just a repeat character. Dia. We get Dia, which, you know, I've actually seen better builds for her, so I'm probably not as opposed to having her in my party, though I do think I already have one of her, so this is probably going to be a constellation. Get another flute. Yep. It is a constellation pull.
With a few different identities to choose from.
Okay, the Flame Incandescent. Dia's max HP is increased by 20% and she deals bonus damage based on her max HP when using the following attacks. Molten Inferno, damage will be increased by 3.6 for her max HP. Leon's Bite, damage will be increased by 6% for her max HP. Yeah, her build I have her on is a little interesting because she functions... You can build her as a pretty decent attacker if you're not doing late stage content, but if you are doing late stage content, you actually use her as a buff character that basically is on the field once and then just stays in the back of the party while you have the other three working on stuff. So she ends up being an HP build as a result, hence my Tenacity of Millilith build here for her character. I haven't worked on her talents yet, but yeah. Hence the... where's the... there we go. Her stats aren't great yet because I haven't leveled her things. But in case anybody's curious, she is, in fact, on an HP build. But for now, this is where I'm going to call it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have time to squeak in one more Natlan adventure or not. I'd kind of like to do Flower Feather Clan, even if it's slightly out of order, if only to potentially unlock more space to do a festival event, because I know it's going to be in a new zone, and I don't know where that new zone is going to be, and I don't want to accidentally trip on it. Maybe it'll be someplace temporary, like they've hosted some of the summer events of the past. Golden Apple Archipelago, for example. I can't even show it to you because it's gone. There was another storybook area that was absolutely huge, but summer areas tend to be gigantic in scale, so yeah, I think it's probably going to be a temporary space, but I don't know when I'm going to need to access to get to said temporary space, so I'd like to unlock as much as possible within the time frame I have. And even you can see here, this part of the map is open again. Yay. Because like I said for Natlan, there's an area up here I haven't unlocked yet, and there's an area like down here that I haven't unlocked yet. If I was lucky, it would be over here. But knowing my luck, I'm probably gonna have to go through one of these. So yeah,
good roll.
We'll do our best.
All right.
So for now, this is going to be where I'm gonna call it. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Genshin Impact, and I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye.